Hi, everybody. Welcome. We are at Vermont Game Academy as we do on Saturday. Here for a down, and for $5 you can play with us. If you're a member of Vermont Gaming Academy, you have a membership. It's absolutely free. It's a great time. We all have a lot of fun. We all eat a lot of food. Tonight's delicacy is sesame chicken from Jin's restaurant. We are located in the U Mall across from Applebee's. All right. So we're still getting things set up and ready to rock and roll. So it'll probably be just a few more minutes. All right, guys. Thank you.
Josh, try to avoid our friend over here.
Yeah, it's out of frame. She's out of frame. She's good.
Perfect.
It's okay.
You're gonna make me
All right.
Is there a list of deities in the player's handbook, or is that just a DMG?
DMG.
I don't know what they use in the
Oh,
player's handbook.
literally just opened to a random page that's got them. Never mind.
Oh, really?
That works.
Yeah, there are days in the back of the.
I thought they were in that. I know they're in
I know
that.
there's more in the DMG.
Yeah, right.
I try to stay away from that because I don't want to ruin.
Right.
And be like,
That'd be like picking up the module and looking at it. But when I get a module that someone creates, I like to make it my own. Everyone get their character?
So,
Getting there.
oh, did you get your character, Ralph? Oh,
Yep. You just screw them up there for now. Because you guys are.
I wasn't sure if those were the players or monsters. So I was like, no, stand up here.
I'm the Asimir with wings. Actually, a demon. I'm like completely radiant and all that, but that's the closest to having wings.
Where did you try? Where were you? Cool. At work. They spent 2 weeks working on all kinds of sensory stuff. So there was music. They made slime, and they did a bunch of food. A lot of it was food, and they had like they made blueberry salsa.
Say that again?
Arcane Archer. That would be.
So they went very picky.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So they went and did a field trip to the cricket
Now that I've
farm.
actually got the book
And
for
so
being
they
able to create those extra classes.
Flour back and made cookies.
I heard that. Figure out what I want to do with my
I didn't get there. I left.
Okay.
Just right at the end of the day
You don't have to do it right now.
Okay.
You can always add to it.
Okay.
And you can work on your background and story and all that stuff, and just add to it as you go along.
It's okay to try to bite. It's fine. You know, if you don't like it, it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I have a bit of a story already.
Good.
Just wasn't sure the background.
Yeah,
Like
it's fine.
You
And
can
actually it wasn't bad.
browse
It was
through them
crunchy
and
and garlicky.
pick the one you like, or you can come up with your own too. You don't have to use the ones in the book.
Okay.
Look at it.
Okay, good to know.
Pick it out and you pop it in your mouth. Because it's definitely.
So what is cheese? I saw the thing. Is like from
There were
this
garlicky
counter city that's very dragon influenced. Like they have
Oh, that's perfect for this, isn't it?
They have a temple of Bahamut and everything, and so she's very knowledgeable.
You did so well
Um,
without knowing any of the story, didn't you?
Yes, yes, you did.
yeah,
You're now my new best friend.
and so I know that gold dragons and silver dragons may interact among humans, and so I'd imagine there'd be at least one gold and silver dragon in each of my one that kind of like emulate or at least teach in the area that
When I do, I'm still with the Gabriel.
has a best friend that I haven't come up with a name or race yet, but
Okay.
I just think like there was one time that a strange person came into town and got some people to follow him, and it turned including her best friend, and it turns out that that person in disguise was a green dragon, and so her best friend ended up joining him. She doesn't know why, and so she's just kind of trying And I think she and some people tried to fight the guy, but she was the only one who would
We
survive.
always make sure to tell parents, too, like,
And
oh, your kid,
so
we have
she's
Brussels sprouts.
Trying
out.
to take out that dragon and get her friend back, get some answers.
That's awesome. I love it. If you write it down and want me to type it out, or
I often put broccoli in the frying pan.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
figured out the name. There we go.
And that's the background.
The garlic.
Yeah.
Wow, that was good.
Well, I
Oh, yeah.
thought of her a long time ago when I was interested, and I tried to look for a group for so long. Yep.
So
Yeah.
If
and to find a good group with a DM that actually
plays properly.
plays right,
Doesn't
doesn't
try to kill the characters, but doesn't
Yeah.
make it easy for them either.
And I'm still
Right.
trying to figure out her personality. I figured she's relatively serious just because she's so focused on like the things she needs to do.
that's fantastic. All right, we
Oh,
got
I still need a picture to stay. It's the one vegetable kills. I will never see it. If I'm someplace, I won't say anything and I'll eat it.
We've got time.
I do it, but I don't force the kids to do it. The kids eat broccoli, so I don't.
I'm ready whenever you guys want to start.
Try to do that. Okay.
I'm good.
How are we having our friend get introduced? Hi.
Still waiting for
Oh,
that to be like,
yes. Who? What is
I
the?
will.
Okay.
I want somebody to identify. the
I've
ring.
had it for
Oh,
like
perfect.
five rounds.
We have the
I'm not
illusions too.
identifying it today.
We have the illusions.
He doesn't know. Sorry. Not today.
Sorry, not sorry.
Maybe he'll look at it a little at another
Do you want
time.
me to?
Yeah.
Is something I can look at or no?
I'm a little
She
bit.
is a wizard. You can have her check.
Okay.
You can.
Roll too.
Okay.
Arcana.
is it a spell?
I
Identifying.
rolled off 17 to 1.
Mine's a 12. You want to try and see if you can do it? That was a bad.
Everyone's going to take a look at it and see whether they can identify it.
Oh, she did worse than me. I had a 12.
The cleric is definitely identifying it.
He's got it.
Okay.
Here, we'll pass it on over.
Yeah.
So basically, you just pass the ring around the whole room, like, do you know what this is? Do you know what this is? Do you know what this is?
You also recognize it from your background because it's a dragon signet ring. Okay. And it dragon cultist, Tiamat dragon cultist wear this ring.
Yeah, we don't like her.
No,
Like I said, you've just become my new best friend.
it doesn't.
Yeah, I know. about
So
her.
you recognize it. You know that sometimes they infuse these rings with magic. We have some characters that have come back. We have new one, which has a fantastic story, and we have the husband and wife team up angels. We have the guy that throws a hammer, flaming hammer.
And
And
wow,
have a
you
fancy
go
girlfriend.
over your wife completely.
I'm saving the best for last. We have Luna, played by Elizabeth, who likes to shoot grease and slots. Oh, let's not
Oh,
forget
and Unc has
Unk's
a
girlfriend,
fancy
the octopus.
Oh yeah, bring Unk out.
No, he's Unk.
I know.
You mean Minnie?
Oh.
What's the story with that?
Have you named her yet? Have you given her a name?
I don't think so. Just
You should think of a name at some point to give your girlfriend, the octopus.
So let's clarify, just so you have an understanding, Helene. So we were in the dungeon, and this octopus came out of the water, took me. He went to go save me, but as it was doing it, I threw a bottle of like the strongest alcohol, and it became drunk in love with and now they're in a relationship, and he calls to his girlfriend in a very special way.
maybe you'll see tonight.
We'll find out.
Wait, what?
I forgot about that.
The mating call.
It was an very unusual relationship that came about.
So
Reminds me of Donkey and the Dragon.
But she helped save our skin a couple of times too.
She has. She's a very good. Thanks to loving him, we're all set.
when it comes to water areas.
Is she sober now or is she still drunk?
Oh, she's sober. She's just now madly in love with Sage.
Madly in love with this person. Okay, so we last left off. You open the door to room 10. The Kinku disappears into the darkness, and you don't see him.
Which is
True. Exactly. Yep. And what's your character's name again? Neris. Comes waltzing down the hallway to join you guys and asks. And you guys, you guys did a lot of exploring, not a whole lot of combat. I don't even think there was any combat last round, which is, part of D&D is not always combat, but looking for clues and putting them together, which I love to do because there are some puzzles that are coming up that you guys are going to enjoy. So you open the door to room 10, and as Neris comes down the hall, you look up and you see these two giant things on the ceiling.
And I quietly go back out of the room and give people a heads up.
Are you shutting the door?
For now.
Okay.
So I have a question. Did we actually all finally make it across that?
Yeah.
So we did all make it across.
Yeah, you guys are standing at the door to room 10.
I'm like, why are you closing the door?
So there were some giant creatures up in the ceiling up there.
Am I sensing evil?
Not really.
So we kill them?
I think so. I just wanted to shut it to be safe.
I'm going to walk past and be like, Shall we Spartan kick the door? Hang on, how close to the door were they?
I still think we should be knocking.
They're up in
doors.
the ceiling.
I agree with that.
They're like in the ceiling.
They're in the ceiling. So if I boot this door upwards, it might hit them.
Possibly.
Or just make them angry.
Yeah,
I was
has
going to
she-
fight them anyways.
You're in the group kind of outside the door, so you haven't gone in yet.
Okay. So where?
So right there where that D.
Hang on, there's some random person just crept up behind us. You brought your girlfriend along.
How I randomly showed up. Just
what happened was
dungeon.
they skipped most of level 2, which is the paper there, and went down to level 3. So this is level 3. But then they had a battle between some shapeshifters, and then they ended up going back up to level 2. Unk and was it Neris did a little bit of exploring here. I can't remember who it was.
I wasn't here last week.
No, it was
Rob. Oh, Rob. Yep. So you did a little exploring, and then they went back up to level 2 to kind of see what they can find up there. So far, they found a deck of illusions, a healing potion, and I think a scroll.
And a necklace of fire.
Necklace of fireball. And someone grabbed a purple cloak with.
Oh, that was that other dude again.
Okay, well, the other dude passed it on to one of you guys.
Okay.
Because you recognize it as part of the
I don't want it.
I'll wear a purple cloak.
You want to wear it? Okay.
Stylish purple cloak.
Can I see if there's any magic in the cloak?
Yeah. I'll give a spin so you can check out your magic.
Ted?
So you don't detect any magic on the cloak.
Let me see.
You realise that's to the evil cultists, right? You know, the guys that I'm hunting.
I did not know that, but now I blend it.
Could use it as a disguise in the future.
We'll send you
Wear it
first then.
now.
You want to wear it? That's
I have
fine.
a 15 on it. Does that tell any more?
You don't detect any magic.
It's just a cloak with designs on it, but like
It's got little sigils on the gold edging. They are draconic in nature.
Can I read it?
It's just a more like protection kind of sigils.
So they've written runes on a cloak that doesn't actually do anything.
Not at the moment.
It's just a fashion.
It's a fancy bathrobe.
It's the
It said
ripped
this is what
knee-
All those lovely
Fine.
runes that are all over that are protection runes, just as a heads up. I don't know if they work or not.
up
But
my AC by like 15.
so if we decided to, kill the things that are in the room.
Yeah, I said I think we should go in and explore to see what they are, and then possibly kill them.
Okay, I'm gonna summon.
Because you're not detecting evil. You said you're not detecting
Yeah, I
evil,
don't
so
detect anything
I
that's
think
evil. So I'm
we
gonna
should wait
summon
and
my,
see.
Is it based just on the
Swords.
armor you're wearing?
and I'm just gonna straight through the door and hopefully surprise and just slash
Is it
straight
based
away.
just on your armor? Is it just
Okay.
So
Um,
just go
Plus
straight
your
through the
armor,
door,
plus like
Based on
dex.
my
unless of course they
armor.
sense me and know that I'm instantly coming through the door.
Is there a chain now too?
Well-
If it means it.
You won't get a surprise attack on them because she opened the door and
They have already
They
know
would
that
know.
they're
so you can do that. It'd be at disadvantage because you're doing multiple things.
there. Okay.
And I'm looking
So go ahead and do an attack roll.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so you burst through the door and you go to swing at them and you whiff it. You turn into Unk.
Pretty much.
Is this where the white stifle the you?
Yep.
chainmail.
Yeah.
Does a 13 hit your arm with that? Probably not.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
And you have disadvantage on
and that's not
stealth
going to
checks.
hit either. Okay, so 2 giant centipedes come down upon you.
Nice.
Oh, your favorite thing.
I thought you'd like that.
Yay for how giant is giant?
Uh,
I mean, I
they're,
laugh at him tripping through the door.
they can coil around you completely.
So like a 6 or 7 feet.
Oh yeah,
It's
easily. Big, bulky, lots of legs,
Good. My favorite.
and so they try to bite at you, but they fail. So
You could
let's
wear all
roll.
armor, I believe, so you could do that there.
Let's roll for initiative.
Dexterity.
Initiative. Don't forget to add your initiative bonus, which is 12. That's not bad. So Unk has 12.
I have 19.
And 15. Got 14. And Luna, you said what, 19? Luna, 19. Good roll so far. Roll a d20 and add your dexterity bonus.
17 on the roll and
Mama, we can trade chocolate coins and have candy.
You guys like to be shaken.
Thank you.
okay. So dexterity bonus is 1.
Okay, so add that to your roll, and that's 18. What's your character name again?
Zolvi.
Can you spell that for me?
XILVYRE.
Ooh, exotic. All right.
I got 5.
Now I got 5. Gabriel, what'd you get?
14. And that's only because I get +7 to my initiative.
That's always.
Did you want another chair?
This was my.
Oh, for you.
And
Sixteen.
Neris got 16.
If you do, there's that red one right there.
Okay.
Yeah, or here. I don't
Or
fight
right
too
here.
hard.
I mean, I don't do well.
Okay, so
You'll fit right in.
Luna, you're at the top of the list. You see your buddy get almost attacked by these giant centipedes that drop down from the ceiling.
So I'm gonna do.
Change shirt for 14. And still have no disadvantage on stealth.
I think I'm gonna do.
You gotta think about it.
Well, I have
Smell the smoke from the beer is turning. Ooh. Yeah. It's wood burning.
Breastplate will get you to 15 because you have your +1 dex.
She's gonna kick my butt later, but I like it. Or
okay,
she
so
won't.
I'm gonna do.
Are you?
I am.
Really? Tonight?
What would you like to know?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's my husband, by the way, so it's not completely.
Wow. Yeah. No, I do that to all of those customers.
That's why we're empty right now.
They knew I was coming. That guy's coming in. And getting
So
out
I
of here.
want to know, are they like within 5 feet of each other?
Oh yeah, they're surrounding him.
Okay, so I'm gonna hurl a bubble of acid at both of them, and they must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d6 acid damage.
Okay. They take damage on a fail too.
It just
Or-
says or take 1d6.
Okay, so they got to do their dexterity. They got
Yeah.
pretty good dexterity bonus.
Hopefully not that good.
What number? What's the?
It doesn't say. It just says dexterity saving throw.
Versus your
Oh, versus mine.
spell save.
Yeah.
So that would be 13.
Okay. So 9, 10, 11. So the first one fails, and the second one fails. So they take how much?
A d6 damage
So-
each of them.
Yep.
Oops, I didn't take that one out. I only just took my 4s because I use those the most. Come on, Sparkle Vomit. 4 for the first one, 3 for the second one. Oh, wait, do I? Hold on.
No. Unfortunately. It was acid.
Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you take.
so that's my turn.
Continuously take damage until you rest or heal. At least that's the way I've always done. Okay.
It's called Sparkle Vomit because it just fills with like colored glitter. And they came up with the name and I just stuck with it.
Sorry, I think I mistyped something.
Uh-oh.
Check. That's why I bring my book.
I'm looking after you over there. I gotcha.
So after Luna,
Gabe's massive in the face.
Zilvio?
Silvine.
Okay. I was close. You're up next.
Okay, so am I in the room with everyone?
You can be. You are on the outside. You can walk in and help, or you can stand inside the door and do something.
Okay, how far am I from one of the closest?
Or 5 feet from the first one.
Okay.
Because he walked in the door, got ambushed, kind of. So yeah, if you're standing in the doorway, they would be right in front of you.
Was I like off somewhere and I had seen the whole group like go in and
You were told about them from the innkeeper.
okay.
You went to a tavern and looking for jobs, adventures, and he was telling you that he has some adventurers clearing out this dungeon and trying to make it safe. And they found a lot of draconic symbols and cultist things, which drew you in being part of that culture. So you went down and met the group, and yeah.
Okay. So I'll let me see. I'm okay. And attack with my long swords.
Okay.
Because I'm dual wielding.
So you're gonna use both hands for this one?
Yeah.
One of them. The closest one is going to be the first one. Go ahead. Roll. Make an attack roll.
Do I make
Well, yeah, I
it for
think
the first swing?
because technically we're in there, but we're just
Huh?
Do I make one for the first swing?
That's not where
Yep.
we are. We're on the map.
If you're swinging both,
We're
you're
not on
gonna
that
make
level.
one swing and then another. Yep.
Pretty much.
Just cut nothing but air.
Natural 20.
All right, you do double damage. So go ahead and roll your damage roll.
Okay.
Which is a D10.
D10. Okay.
Yeah.
No, because she's dual wielding, it goes to a D10.
Oh, did you know?
No, no, no.
Oh,
She's
no, wait,
wielding
it's
two
the-
swords.
Oh, okay, never
Yeah,
mind, okay.
She's not two-handed. though.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
dual.
It doesn't matter because you guys are on the paper sheet right now. So. That's not you. You have a hammer right there. I never do.
Okay, so I double the damage.
So
Okay.
you're gonna roll it, apply your bonus, and then you're gonna roll the second one.
Okay.
Without the bonus.
Okay, so I have 8 with adding the bonus. How do I add the bonus?
Strength modifier? Yep.
Okay. Strength modifier plus 3, so 8 plus 3 plus.
And you're proficient in it, so you'd add 2.
Okay, so
Plus 5.
okay, so 5, 8. That's 13 plus 7 is 20.
Okay, you completely annihilate this centipede with this second blow.
The first
Yeah.
As
the first one was just a distraction.
Yeah, it was just pretending like I'm gonna hurt you.
your first kill! Yay! We have first blood of the night. So as the acid is eating away at the carapace of this thing, you come down with a mighty swing of your sword and just slice it completely in half, and it just falls to the ground, and its little legs are kicking and wiggling as it's dying, and the guts kind of fall out
So
of
she
it.
went like this.
Well, no,
down.
she's
I know,
dual
I'm
wielding.
like,
So she went one and she whiffed, and then she came back with the other one and just annihilated that sucker. So number 1 is dead.
And just in the first 2 people. We're taking care of them for you.
Good job. All right.
I'm quite happy to let everyone else kill it.
Naris, you're up next.
Are you really?
No.
Because
I'm gonna take
usually,
a swing at
I'm like,
that.
usually you enjoy it. Ooh.
It's gonna miss. I'll use my bonus action to take a second attack.
Okay.
Good plan.
Is that a natural 1?
Yeah, I think you guys should pull
Oh,
it.
okay.
There's a wrinkle on the clock.
So you might want to pull it tight
No,
and that
I
might
can't.
help. Seriously.
That's what she said.
That is what I said.
Just shoot grease on it. The answer to all problems, grease.
Listen, some people use duct tape. I use grease.
I love it. All right, so you whiff it and completely miss.
With it.
The air is hurting.
It's just cloaks throwing me off.
That
Blame it on
must
the
be what
cloak.
it's tripping you up a little bit. You gotta get used to it.
Take this cursed cloak off.
So
Stomp on it a few times.
So the centipede that's left is going to attack you, Gabriel, and he is going to roll.
He's not going to
He's
attack.
going to miss
Wait
completely.
a minute. Oh, wouldn't he be attacking me though? Technically.
No,
No,
because
no.
the centipede is in front of him. They
Okay.
both were around him because he's the one that went into the room first.
No, I understand. I just didn't know because I attacked it. I didn't know if it would.
No, because you threw a bubble at it, so
True. I
you
mean,
were
I was
standing
still-
back,
Yeah, I wasn't.
still on top of him.
Okay.
But
Just making sure.
it comes down with its pincers and tries to bite at your face, but misses. So
Maybe
Gabriel,
not,
you have a
it's-
chance to retaliate on your turn here. What would you like to do?
Attempt to kill it.
Attempt?
Attempt to kill it. You
Way
know.
to think positive.
Well,
D-
at least he's not saying he's going to and then get a 1.
14.
14 hits.
Barely, but you hit it.
11 points of
Oh,
damage.
that does it. You destroy this thing. It's macerated.
Straight for its head.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Yeah, so two dead centipede carcasses lay upon the floor, and the acid is melting them away.
Is there anything else in this room now that
Can I
we
get their
killed these
pincers?
suckers?
If you act quickly, you can get the one that you stabbed in the head.
Of course, I'm going to try and
Yeah.
get its pincers.
Absolutely. So you'll grab the pincers.
And I want to look in the room
You,
and see
you
what's
want to
there.
look in the room. What is everybody else doing at the moment?
What are the pincers useful for?
You can
Who knows?
you can make weapons out of them. Possibly you could. There may be some magical
Could be
spell
like
that.
the Fang from the Chamber of Secrets in Harry Potter.
Oh,
See.
I
You never know.
Stones from my long rest.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. So. Yeah, I'll say you can have 2 pincers.
Okay.
Acid hasn't quite eaten through them yet, so you
Usually
managed to
I'll
have time to
right
get
here.
those.
Like right here, I usually just add a little note, side note.
So like what?
Yeah, can you
Or
give
sorry,
us
right
another
here on the
description
third
or
page?
another description of the room? since
Right
I
here
don't
on the
know.
treasure, just go ahead and put
Yep.
2 pincers. Yeah, sorry.
So the room
Depending on what I
is
have is where I put it.
is completely in disarray. So there's piles of rotten old clothes and other bits of old time ago, or it looked like it was never upkeep.
I want to search through all those pieces. and
I
stuff.
want to search through another the centipedes are dead.
Okay, who wants to search? Okay, so all 3 of you, go ahead and roll a d20 and tell me what you get.
14.
12.
Okay, so 12, 14 for Nala. Luna?
3.
Okay, so
Quick
Nala
bears.
gets to search first. Let me go back to my notes here. See if there is anything that you find in this room.
Nice job, Nala.
I'm not brave enough. The centipedes are dead. Well, one of the a previous character turned himself into a centipede and wrapped himself around like a stole.
Okay,
So he wouldn't have to walk through the water.
It was still gross and uncomfortable, and I did not consent.
are you sure?
It was not enthusiastic affirmative consent.
All right, so you find a flask.
Yes. I'm gonna add this to the bottle of booze that I got last
You
time.
look at it, and there's a strange liquid in it. It kind of looks like lava flowing in this flask.
Ooh.
But you can try to check it with an Arcana check, or have one of your partners do it.
Okay.
Does it feel warm?
Yes,
It feels warm.
it feels warm to the touch. Not scalding hot that you
So like hot cup of coffee type.
Yeah. You feel warmth radiating off of it.
Okay, I'll roll an Arcana check.
Okay, go ahead.
So would they identify what's in it?
This one stacks, whatever your guess is.
15 plus 1, 16.
Yeah, absolutely. You identify it. Here, I'll switch.
I got this sticky adhesive. Ooh, I got napalm. I got a vial or a flask of napalm. Sticky adhesive fluid ignites when exposed to air. As an action, you can throw this flask up to 20 feet, shattering on impact, and make a ranged attack against a creature or object,
Just like a one-time use.
treating the
Roll it.
alchemist's fire as an improvised weapon. 1d4 fire damage at the start of each turn.
No, it would melt your ass.
It takes 1d4 fire damage at the start of each turn.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff because it
It can-
sticks to them.
It can end this damage by using its action to make a DC 10 dexterity check to withstand solutions.
Cool. Drop and roll.
Yep, pretty much. So next up is obviously going to be Zilvery. Zilvire? Zilvari.
Okay, so it's your turn.
You
Okay.
find a battle axe.
Ooh, I know.
Oh.
I mean, you guys can
Mixing magic
discuss too.
potions.
Are we seeing them find special?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking I'm probably want to search as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're because I thought it was just the ruin of a room. I didn't realise that it was actually. I'm thinking I probably want to get in and.
I wanted to listen to me.
No. You wanted to go, and then you. Sure. Do you want to search as well? Okay. So Luna, you
Yeah.
find 40 copper pieces in a bag.
Yeah. It's
it-
an awesome bag.
It's kind of an old leather bag. It's got
Is
some
it
holes in it.
magical?
No. It's definitely not magical.
40 copper pieces. Bah humbug. I thought I was going to get something special.
So you
He said no. It's
I think we're even use that.
you
leather.
find
well, I get
under some of this the clothes.
Yep.
You find a the best way to describe it is like a briefcase.
Okay.
But it's old. It's brown, and you open it up and discover that it's that healer's kit.
ooh.
Come here, let's go.
I'm not trading.
I'm not trading. I'm giving.
Oh, thank you.
In exchange for that fireball necklace.
No, I already gave her the fireball necklace as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the other last.
Yeah.
Is there more stuff that we can search for?
So is up next.
Good job, Oak. He's like a, like a, you know, like a, makes me think of Beverly Hills Troops.
Mm.
An old movie, sorry.
I know, but my
We know you're old.
That's some awesome stuff. You're older than me.
I know, and I love old movies. I love black and white movies. Godzilla, 1958. Mm. Yeah, she gagged, but, you know.
Kind of like Godzilla's.
She does. There you go.
This has got Zoe into
Hey,
it.
thanks.
You're welcome.
What did you get?
Dragon chess set.
Oh,
And it's in pristine shape. It has a value right there,
you see?
and then all the information there.
Set you can add your
I want to
ability check to make the player game.
love it. And then use it though because we don't want to blow ourselves in. I will be judicious.
You go in,
And you can walk.
and you're searching through. All you can find is a dirty pair of undies.
Do they match my cloak?
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you find? Dirty underpants?
No, not just clothes. They're velvet purple
Ooh,
undies.
purple velvet undies and a cloak.
And
Are
they're
you
dirty.
like-
They
are you
smell
like
horrible.
Those Mexican wrestlers.
They're a bit musty.
Maybe he can clean them.
Let's see if I get that spell.
Are they wait, are they magical?
Magical.
They're not magic undies. No, they might have a few skid marks. I don't know. Depends on how close he wants to get to them.
It's a wizard spell, I think. I'm not going to keep these
Are you sure?
dirty crap stained underpants. I'm going to fold them up and put them back neatly where I found them.
Like you chose the two, but the other one you could
yeah,
get
so-
that added to your
After you guys are done searching, what would you like to do next?
your proficient. And those are the ones that you chose. So you get an additional +2.
Have we found everything that's possible to find in the room?
Is there any other doors that lead to places we don't know from this room?
Yeah, that's everything in this room, right?
Yeah,
Is
there's
there anything else I can find hidden in this room?
No.
But what about under that piece of stuff over there?
So
Mhm.
in coming into this room, I remember the layout of this dungeon,
Hmm?
and that lovely wall that sits between here.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through the wall. because I don't want to go jumping back across the hop, so I want to try and go through the wall.
Oh, okay.
No, it's just it's just traps and stuff like that that's there or something.
It was the fall, the wall caved in and the floor went down.
Oh,
You
okay.
guys had to kind of hop across.
Yeah, so I'm going to go through the wall as per
Okay.
usual.
Can you give me a strength check? I want to see how hard.
Right.
I'll give you
Oh
guys,
God, watch out!
Oh, yeah. So as you see me go to swing,
Excuse me.
like probably hit right over there. Plus 1d4.
Okay.
Oh, I could have cast guidance on that, but oh well.
He's got him.
15 to go through the wall.
Easily go through the wall. No
Without-
problem.
Without causing other damage.
I
to
mean,
the-
you could have gone through the door and went around, but you decided to bust down the door.
Yeah, because we've got to jump across if we go back through that door again.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump across. I just want an easy path to go through.
You just want to go straight.
Pretty much.
He doesn't want to have to hop
He didn't want to
across
go through
wall.
the door and through the other door. He
Yeah,
just
I
wanted
just
to go
go
through.
through the.
And I don't want to be thrown, so I'm going to follow him.
Well, you know, one more time, he's probably proficient
No, I'm
in
already,
gnome
I'm already
throws.
proficient in
Maybe.
no throwing.
Did you add that
Yeah.
to your
Yeah.
I'm
proficient
proficient in no
gnome
throwing.
Oh, yeah, you got efficiency in acrobatics, right?
Yes.
From that last one?
Yep.
Yes. I mean, it's happened so many times. I might as well
I'll
become
follow him through
proficient.
the new hole. And as I go through, I'm going to run my hand on the caved-in wall and cast.
Because I'm
to
like
make sure
a
it doesn't
small
collapse
gnome
anymore.
and I weigh like 30-something pounds.
Just patch this
He
up.
ties a rope to me. He lifts me up
Absolutely.
and he throws me wherever we need to go because it's a lot of things are falling apart.
Where is it? lead?
So he just enjoys.
So are you
throwing me,
sealing
and
the
I
hole?
don't get an option
Completely?
sometimes.
Not the hole, just
Just
the
up above.
archway.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Just so I don't know how sturdy. Because I know floor 2 was all falling apart.
Oh
We're
yeah.
on floor 2, yeah.
This.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went back up.
We're
to
going
ground
through
floor
this
two.
wall here because I
Yeah,
decided
because one
to
whole
go
section
through it.
just fell
Yes,
away.
and we have that other section we need to go to. Yes.
It
Yeah.
leads into
Yeah, let's have-
what was it, number 7? I can't see it.
Can you
Hold
say
on.
that one?
We've done.
It's a rubble
so, as
pile,
a thing for
basically.
you, we've done everything in this map except here.
Yeah, we have one last.
Because I went
Area
through
we-
here, I went through this wall, and then
Again.
saw an evil thing jump down, so I followed it down.
Just follow
I
the
just
vaguely
jumped.
angel-shaped
And I'm
holes
following
through all
you.
of the walls.
Oh, okay. So the orc's following me as well.
Take me
So
for
the
a
clerk, the
ride.
fighter, and
Everyone,
Yeah.
they're
Yeah,
just
I'll
following.
follow you.
So
You'll
I'm just
learn to
gonna,
fight on an angel
with all the
walk
holes
into
that
a hole.
I've made, I'm just gonna go back
that's
to
a great lineup
the
for a joke.
bridge.
Okay.
What did you say?
I've
cleric,
made
a
enough
fighter, and
holes
an
that I
angel
can go
walk
straight.
into a hole.
It is near enough a straight line back to the bridge. This one
A-
over it.
absolutely.
I've made
You know,
enough holes through these walls by now.
And,
But
and
of course,
this place's structure, you guys know by now. I mean, this thing is collapsing.
Yep.
It could collapse anytime, so you guys are very cautious, even though you're breaking down walls, because he's mending, the
Yeah.
archway to keep it safe. And so, yeah, you make it back to the bridge. Where would you like to go from here?
we want to go back because we want to explore the last area we haven't done yet.
Well, the way we do that is we have to go back across here again,
Yep.
and then through here because there's a hole here.
Correct. Yes.
So we
I
can
know.
get back through there.
Correct. I agree.
To follow the vaguely angel-shaped holes
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
and the splintered doors.
Well, no, they're not angel shaped because he uses his tool to knock it down.
Yeah, I just summoned my
Wait,
hate.
He's not going like this. Pow.
My strength is 18.
Okay.
Yeah, I go through walls.
Holy
I
hammer.
could
man.
almost make
It-
a hole if I wanted to.
I have
You're
a
close.
hammer that I can summon. There's an axe and a hammer. It's my radiant summoned weapon that I just walk up straight through the wall.
Alright.
Because, why not?
Right, exactly.
So are we going to have to do the whole gnome throwing thing across the bridges, or can we
Nope.
make it without having
No.
to do all of that again?
You've done it enough times. You guys are like circus
Experts at-
acrobats.
yeah. Okay, so we're going to
So we
end
go
up.
back over.
So we're here. So we've gone
Mhm.
through the hole again. There's
And
the
I
door
said,
that's
let's
in
go
front of
find
us.
that last area. Let's go through your hole.
Yeah,
Walk
we're
through
already.
the area.
Yeah, so we would be back here where all this
Yes.
rumble.
Yes,
thing
we
is.
make it
So
back there.
I can't even remember whether there was a door there, or whether that's a straight wall now.
No, we never explored it, so we don't know.
So there's a pile of rubble, but it looks like you could walk through. It looks like there's a hallway inside.
Yeah. So we go through.
Okay, and I've got the orc and the
You want
cleric
the tape
following
and-
behind me. So
I'm following.
I need tea.
Hang on.
okay, so just in case this character has to come in, I should take the right? Just in case it has to come in.
Oh, is it a backup character?
Here. Anyway,
Chaotic neutral.
there we go.
Means I don't care one way or another whether you live or die.
Why would you need? Are you gonna? Are you planning to build yourself?
No, I always have a character ready to bring it. At this point, I have about 4 characters ready to bring it. I enjoy the character creation side of things. So.
I'm saving my teeth and bark for a special occasion.
Yeah, don't get rid of your characters.
No,
You never
I'm
know
just-
when you were going to bring it back to life.
I have the paper there for a second.
I don't know, can you?
She has.
I don't know.
Ram horn.
Luna.
Because of push.
Okay, so.
Bobby.
All right. So it opens up into a hallway.
Okay.
It's a pretty tight squeeze. So single file.
Not for me.
Not you. You just waltz through like do. But you bigger guys have a little bit of rough time.
Before we go in, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith.
Okay. That's absolutely fine.
Okay, so I'm going to go in here. And so is that like a weedy sort of path that we're going to go through?
Mm-hmm.
Before I even step onto that path, I'm going to look up the traps.
Go ahead.
Because, you know, why walk through a corridor like that and there's possibly traps? What am I rolling for that, by the way?
So perception, you don't have
19
19?
is a total.
Absolutely. You detect, and I will tell you in just a second. Okay.
Oh, my way left.
11.
Here we go. That one wasn't marked for whatever reason, but anyway, so you're gonna start going through, or you're detecting traps, right?
I'm looking for traps before I walk through this,
Okay.
like, this hallway that's closing in. Because we've come across these hallways before and they usually have traps. So I'm looking for traps. I mean, unless you want me to just go through the wall in front of you and attempt to go through
So
the wall.
there are no traps.
Okay.
Valid point, though.
I mean, we could take the short thing.
Well, he
or
says
I
there's
could,
no trap, so
well, I don't.
I could go through and see then.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that since there are no traps and I'm light enough that?
Sure.
And
Well, at
easy
least
enough?
I don't see anything out of the ordinary trap wise. So I
Okay.
mean, you can test it. If you
I'm
want,
gonna
or-
let me being so late. I'm gonna test it and walk through it.
Okay. So you begin to walk through,
Mhm.
and you notice that there are skeletons
Well,
in the walls, but they're laid down in funerary positions. So they're skeletons there, and they line the entire wall.
It's like a
As you're
catapult.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I look back at you guys and say, as I'm walking, bodies are just like this, lying flat and stacked up.
Okay, I'm gonna follow through. And do I sense evil from these bodies?
You sense no life.
They are skeletons, right?
They are skeletons.
I'm gonna take the head off each skeleton and just crush it.
Just to be
Just to be
safe, I
safe.
love it. Yeah. Smart
Just
thinking.
literally pick each one up.
Just
and
in case.
crush.
And so what happens when I get to the end of this hallway?
See a bunch of crushed skulls behind you.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
pretty much just dusting my hands at these skulls. And
You guys, I don't see. I'm ahead of it.
All
yeah,
right.
so you're just seeing this trail of dust.
As I'm walking through, I'm going to leave little trinkets of my god symbol,
Okay.
just in case they want to switch over in the afterlife.
So now, ooh, wow.
Ooh,
Can I see that closer?
ooh, ah.
Sorry.
I love getting oohs and ahs.
It looks like it's a bridge,
Okay.
and so I think there's and then there's something over here, but we don't know what.
Yep.
Going that way and that way.
There's a giant
I'm
chasm.
right here. You guys are all here. He walked behind me, and everyone else is following behind him. Now, I guess my question is, for this, is this a walkway or is this the entrance?
So right there, where the hallway ends,
Here.
the floor has collapsed. It's
But
gone.
I see over here.
There's a rickety old walkway.
Yeah.
So if you get on the platform,
So step on these platforms to get to this.
yes.
Okay. That's what I wanted to clarify. Does anyone else need to see? I needed to see.
And the scaffolding that's there looks like it's dilapidated, like it was just thrown there, so someone could get across.
So
So it looks a little
can I test
unstable.
it? Can I test it to see, like, not walk on? I'm gonna have you tie me up, and then let me see how it is.
Okay.
And
So
I
I'm
started
gonna
to go a little, but
hold it and feed the rope just in case you fall.
because I'm worried if you throw me,
I'm gonna
I don't
get
want to collapse the whole
behind me to
bridge.
hold some of the rope as well.
Okay.
So we're both, in a
Okay.
sense, if we feel it going, we're both going to grab hold of it.
That sounds good.
So yeah, I'll start to slowly walk across.
If there's a strength check, you'll get an advantage on it.
Okay.
So as you step on it, the plank that you step on falls away and into the abyss. You fall down.
I'm going to instantly...
You instantly grab on, and
How far out am I when this happens?
you're about midway on that plank,
Okay.
and it just went away. So you're swinging. You're gonna take 1 point of damage.
Okay.
You,
So
you managed to kind of finagle your legs and hit the wall not too
I'm
bad.
very acrobatic, so
Yeah. So you did well. So you're being pulled back up.
And then at this point, I say, "Why don't you throw me across to that other part?"
Now we're getting thrown.
Listen, this is how we get places. You guys, it's not stable, so
You're
we're all gonna
proficient.
have to.
You're naturally proficient in throwing.
And I'm proficient in acrobatics, so
Would you give me a? We know you got the strength.
Yep.
Give me a dexterity throw to see
How
which
accurate I am
direction.
now.
Yeah.
Can I touch his shoulder
Yes, you
for
may.
guidance?
Yep. He gets a D4.
D4.
Yep.
16.
No problems. You nailed the landing. You're proficient in it. You're very acrobatic. You've gotten used to being tossed. This is kind of your,
this is like a new.
this is your thing now.
So I get across. Do I see anything that is sturdy up where I jumped on that I can tie something off for the rest of them?
There's not really anything that you can tie to on that side. It's whatever's left of the floor that's crumbling
But I
away.
mean, I'm not on the floor. I went up on the cement part. So
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
It's just a flat
So-
surface.
Is there anything we can use, like other doors or something? And how far across is this thing? Like across that way or something?
So it's probably going to be like 15 feet across, but you've also lost that plank.
I know, but instead of going diagonal, can we just go straight across?
What do you mean?
So here's the diagonal. Can they jump across this way?
Yeah, you guys can go on that. I mean, you see that now. You could have easily stood on that platform instead of walking on the plank.
Well, we did stand on this platform
No.
and then walk. Oh, over
That
here.
one. Yes, you could have gotten to that one pretty easily.
Oh, is there not much of a gap between here and here?
No. You could have. You guys could have, kind of held onto the wall and turned your bodies and swung yourself onto that little stone square there. Nope. Yeah, that one.
So from
Oh, there's a little bit of a lip right.
oh, that little lip there, we could have walked across that onto this bit here.
Oh, I see it now.
So this little bit here.
Yeah.
So we could have walked across this to get onto here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
I'm already over there.
Untie the rope.
You can relay that information. I mean, you say.
I'm over here going, why don't you use that path right there? It might be easier.
Right.
Okay. So you toss the rope back.
Yeah. So I'm now
So he
gonna,
ties. So I
and I'm
tie
going to get
the
me
rope
in
around
to
myself.
make sure we've got it.
To
So just in case she
Very
slips and falls.
carefully do that. Indiana Jones sidestep
Okay.
against the wall.
All right. Fantastic.
Yeah, they are from.
So are you all kind of inching
Yeah.
with?
And
Okay.
I'll tie each of them one by one so they can all try and get across.
Fantastic.
That
I
just
love
leaves
it.
me and Unc.
Perfect. You make it across. No problems. So you're with Luna.
Okay, so on that bit, is there anywhere that they could drive a stake into the concrete?
You could try to drive one in, but you're not sure of stability.
Okay. Does anybody want to try driving a stake into the?
I don't think we should chance it.
I don't
So
even.
how are me and Unc?
I don't think it's safe.
I have my javelin from last time.
You can use that.
Well, I mean, you have the rope. We can just hold the rope for you guys from the other side.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not as strong.
Well, yeah, but if you combine all of you guys together, if something happens, then he'll be safe.
Okay, so we'll do that for me
Alright.
and Unc to get
So-
across. So
Let
we'll
me-
each tie ourselves to it and attempt to shimmy across.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so you slip a little bit
Okay.
and you begin to fall.
Can I, as a reaction, try and stab something into the wall? So
Yeah, but
Hold on.
you've got a dagger or something.
I do have.
Is he going before or after Unc?
Yes, I have the
He's
dagger.
in
So
front.
I'm going to attempt to just. I can summon the
Mhm.
dagger like radiant weapon. So
Okay.
as my hex weapon, I'm just going to instantly summon something to just try and
Okay.
stop myself from falling.
Go ahead and roll for that.
What am I rolling for?
Uh,
Strength or dexterity? Is it a
I would
saving
say
throw?
dexterity
Dexterity.
because you're reacting.
6.
Okay. You see this happen. How would you like to respond? He's in front of you falling. You guys have ropes tied around you.
Well, yeah, we're over on the other side with ropes tied, helping him across. But
So
we can
And
hold
they-
him.
I'm
they've got
trying
one
to
end.
stab something into the wall, but I'm about to fall.
But if he falls, you could possibly. He fell, so you thinking that you might possibly fall with him.
So are you gonna pull backwards and do the opposite end of him? Because we all
We're
have him
not
tied.
attached to the same
We're
rope.
attached to the same rope,
And
and
we have another
they
rope.
have
Our
that rope
is
protection.
over a different rope like we did last
No.
time.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna tell the rope.
Okay, give me a strength roll. Let me get this out of your way. I know you got. You got it. No problem. He manages to get you stabilized there.
So I'm gonna like climb my way back up onto this ledge, and we'll try again. Edging slowly across, and then maybe like thumbs up to the save of me.
And you make it across, no problems. After that, and so you guys are standing on.
Now we need to get
Like,
Unc across.
You guys are squeezed all together.
On this
Did
set of
we
four.
get Unc over yet?
Yeah, he
Made
followed
it
me.
across.
Oh, he
Yeah.
followed you. Okay.
Are we on this set of four? Right.
Yes, we're right there.
Right there.
No, you guys are over there with Luna. Yeah.
Oh, we're over here.
Okay. What room?
13 right
Uh,
there. Or 15.
Oh, is that
15.
actually just a room? Is it?
Yeah.
Uh,
I guess so.
I
Well,
thought it was
there-
like a platform or something to stand on.
there's a the
Yeah,
wall.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a little alcove, like a wall has collapsed in, and there's an opening behind the wall.
I guess I'm going digging again.
Okay. You enter a small area. It's
Is it
got a
something
little.
I can fit through?
Oh yeah, easily.
So why don't we have me go fit through and see what's in there?
Sure.
Just instead of making you do extra work.
I don't mind digging it out. Well, as the gnome goes through, I'm going to then just start trying to dig it out
Okay.
so that the rest of us can actually fit through.
I'm gonna cast resistance on you before you go through the hole.
Nice.
I'll help with the dig. But I
thinking
crawled
Unc
into
is
this
gonna
area. What do I
help us
see
dig
when
it
I
out.
crawl through?
So you got 3 of us just digging away at this, whatever it is.
Okay.
And I'm in
So you
there.
open it
And
up.
you went through.
I'm listening.
The gnome went through first,
Yeah.
though. Before we
And I
finished
holler and
opening
I
it,
made
the
it
gnome's
through.
already got through.
I'm gonna grab
In case she's dead.
Okay, that's fine. Absolutely. Go ahead and make note of that. He's thinking ahead in the future here. So there's more funerary skeletons.
Say it again.
Funerary laid out. That's a new word, everybody. I just made that up.
Word of the day.
Word of the. Oh, I should do that from now on. Word of the day.
Well, you know I created words, so.
Point if we use it, like if you tell them the word of the day.
Well, how are we
If
gonna
you
come up
use
with
it-
that?
Well, it's gonna be like Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah. We all go, yay!
He
So
says
there,
it in conversation early on, and we have to guess what the word
so
is.
it's more skeletons that are lined up in their funerary positions.
Okay, is there any like?
How many of them?
There seems to be like a dozen in this little alcove.
And
Am
do
I
I
sensing
see
evil in the room?
No. It's
when
very,
I'm looking at the skeletons? Do I see any jewels or any like?
If I see the
Listen,
knife,
I'm actually not thinking for once about jewels in that sense. I'm thinking because we've been finding like
if she goes, if there's jewels and
rubies
she
and
goes,
the
I'm going to
dragons
grab
and the,
hold of
like,
her
the
before
other-
she touches them.
stones.
the
Okay.
other stones, so I'm just
Before
wondering
she
if there's
gets
something
anywhere
in there.
near her.
Shiny eyes over there.
there is something shiny you notice.
Okay,
I'm going to
so
grab
I
you before you even get anywhere near that.
why?
Because I'm going to crush the skeleton skull before you grab the jewelry that's attached
How
to
do
it.
you know I'm going for it?
We've seen what you do.
Yeah.
It's shiny, you go for it.
But you guys don't know it's shiny. I haven't said anything.
We've proved.
They know how looty you are.
I can help with crushing the skull.
Yeah, I'm
Strong.
literally,
Nice.
I'm going to be like,
I gotta handle
wait a
the rest of the
minute,
jobs.
All right.
just while we
Okay,
make
So
sure
I
these
have to
skeletons
wait.
aren't
I'll
going
just
to murder
smash
you.
them on the wall.
but I stare at it.
Absolutely.
Let's just be honest.
So
I
you're
stare
keeping
at
an
it.
eye on the shiny?
Oh yes.
But I'm just
Can
going
we try to take it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna evil Jimmy Cricket and like stand
I
behind
don't
you
know.
and
He's.
We're just crushing the skulls before you touch it. Now
I'm trying to take a closer
Now
look.
you may take a close
Okay.
look.
He crushed the skull, so I go to grab it now.
Okay, so you grab it and you find that.
That was heavy.
Well, those were made with cereal
A
box.
ring
So.
unidentified. Now it looks like something dragging. Can I show her? Can she
Yeah,
identify it?
yeah,
Can you
absolutely.
identify that, please?
You recognize the draconic writing, and its symbolism is for the sign of Tiamat.
So I recognize that signature.
So,
I need to touch
do you want to?
rings.
Should I flip
Go
it?
ahead and flip it,
Okay.
and then read whatever it says because I forgot at this point.
Power of bucket of water.
Everyone's getting rings. You get a ring. You get a ring.
I
I think I've really kept, other than the sword, I don't think I've kept it.
You tried it on in the beginning, but didn't feel anything. and I
Other
think
than
you
the sword
softened
that
it
I
out.
gave, there is nothing else I've kept other than my
You're a fighter or a
Well, wearing
barbarian?
this ring, you are
Fighter.
immune to diseases. If you have a disease, the
Impress
infection of
the
disease
face.
is suppressed while you wear this ring.
It's a Deadpool ring.
I'm immune to diseases, so I'm gonna put this ring on because who knows what we're gonna find in this dungeon.
I'm not wearing it because it's freaking Tiamat.
Yeah, I know I'm not going anywhere near it. I'm going to sort of frown at you for putting on a ring to Tiamat.
You guys know that these were created to, or you would know that these were created to protect the cultists, and it would have been a high level cultist. So he would have like been a master.
Will this harm? Will it harm me if I wear it?
Possibly.
That's undetermined. I mean, it does come from one, a cult, and two, it's got symbols of Tiamat. So
Yeah, but it might not be an evil cult. It might be one of those funny cults.
Tiamat is evil.
Tiamat is evil. It's evil, but it's.
Well,
As I say, you've got two of us against Tiamat.
My question is, they're evil, but it protects them against things. So wouldn't it do the same for me?
Possibly. You'll find out when you wear it.
Put it on.
Diseases, but at what cost?
Exactly.
True.
Put it on. Please put it on.
I'm just looking at this.
Put it on.
I'll put
Can
it
I-
on.
I'm gonna hold on
You-
to it.
Can I grab
I'm
it
gonna
from
hold
her
on
and
to
check
it. I'm gonna hold on
You
to
can,
it.
if you want to do a.
I'll wear it.
You can use strength or dexterity. Either one. Go ahead and make a roll.
And then can I try to stop her?
You'll have a chance to react in just a moment. Go ahead and roll.
Hey, you don't take something.
15 plus my strength modifier is 18.
Okay. You go ahead and roll. Your reaction, you can use your dex or your strength bonus.
$20. I have a 17 plus 3, so 20.
Oh, well, she manages to keep you from grabbing the ring.
But I put it in one of my bags for now.
You're gonna put it in your bag. You're not gonna put it around your neck and wear it like Frodo.
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold
That
on
could
to
have
it
consequences.
because could I potentially take the stone out of the ring itself?
Potentially, it'll
And
take you.
break the whole
Is it a
ring.
stone or a signet?
It's a stone. There's a stone in the center. It's
But that's what I'm thinking is can I get rid of the ring but just take the stone?
you could potentially, yeah, if that's something you would like to do.
I think I'm gonna take it apart. And I'm gonna just keep the stone and get rid of the ring because the ring is really the dragon part. I mean, and the stone, maybe we can make it not.
So you could.
Okay. Just am I sensing any evil from the ring?
There is no evil.
The ring is not currently evil.
Energy that's radiating from it. It's a
Neutral.
you sense a healing energy that's coming from the ring.
Okay. It's not evil.
So
I can
just
tell you
keep
that.
it? Okay.
It's
Then
not
I'm gonna
evil.
hold on to it.
It's for an evil cult and
Cool, but it itself is
Tiamat,
not
but-
email.
yeah.
Because
Ring itself is not
whether you're evil or good,
I'm a
you can
little more
still
okay with
cast
her
healing
keeping it,
spells
but
and things
still
like that. So
it's just I can tell you the ring itself is not evil.
You're like a jeweler and stuff. You're a tinkerer.
So now that she's
tinker.
done that, the room
Scratch up the
itself,
dragon.
is there anything else in the room? other
yeah,
than
you can
the
grind.
That's true,
You
I'm
can
gonna
grind
grind
out the symbols.
I am. I'm gonna
You'll
grind
have
out all
to
the
do that on
symbols.
your rest, okay?
Okay,
So you're not going to wear it until you do that.
correct. I'm gonna get rid of that before
Okay.
I wear it. Smart.
So the symbols, are they draconic symbols?
Yes.
So I could read every one of the symbols then?
Yeah.
Okay.
So can I tell her what the symbols all are? Yeah, I can read every single one of the draconic symbols, so I can tell her what the
And
symbols
she
all
Yeah.
are.
can read it
I
too.
can
So
read draconic as
it
well.
basically it says something like
Employee of
this
the month.
ring will protect you, or how would I want to put that? Now you're making me use my brain.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. This ring would protect you in honor of Tiamat.
So if I get rid of those symbols, I won't protect me in honor for it anymore, right?
Are the symbols part of the spell?
No,
And reading the
no,
symbols,
no, no.
Are they what makes the ring magic?
No.
Okay. Yes, you could rub out the symbols and it won't take the magic.
It's
away.
just
Another level to it. Have you
all
ever
this
thought
over a ring.
Listen, we do it our way.
It probably fall under the same category as my purple
Oh yeah.
robes. Probably shouldn't wear it.
Oh, is it? Oh, who's that?
Jordan.
Oh, Jordan's on.
Yeah, there's a chat there as well.
That's probably right, buddy.
Yeah, we
Too
have.
late about not wearing the purple robe.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else on today? Do you see who's on?
It doesn't tell me who's on unless they type in the chat.
So
I-
type in the chat and let us know who's on.
There is 2 people watching, according to the stats that are showing, and 2 likes so far.
Sweet.
Yeah,
That's 100%.
it works for me. I love it. So
So we know what we're doing the ring when I get a rest. So, do we see anything else in any of these? Like any other objects or anything important?
so you found the ring. Oh yeah, because we got distracted by this ring. Hold on.
Yeah, I wanted to investigate this.
Okay, so you want to investigate next? You find 5 gold pieces.
Are we all just searching the room now?
It's up to you
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
yes, I would search some of it.
Is it a dead end?
We know we like
Yeah,
to search.
so the room itself,
This is why we.
Yeah, it's kind of just like
a crypt.
yeah.
Okay, I just
Did
didn't know
I-
if there was more.
Did I have any starting money on me, or was I flat out?
You usually start off with like 10 gold pieces. It usually depends on your class or whatever, but
Okay.
I start everyone off with a couple gold
Okay,
pieces,
so I
so you
have
guys can
I have 15 now.
buy drinks or
So I would take a look around. She's fussing in the ring. I'd be like, well, let's see if there's anything
Oh,
else in it.
listen to you. I'm fussing with the ring. It's in my little satchel now.
We have 10 minutes of talking about the ring. Jordan says
I'm gonna laugh at this. How you
Talzar is watching.
Here, look, I'm going to use this for
Wonderful.
my cards now. See?
Oh,
There's a little satchel
look,
for my
look
cards.
at that.
Look at that.
Do I
See?
find anything else I can hand to the wife?
Sure.
I love that
find
you
that.
hand everything there.
Sorry, I
I
had to
don't
dig
like
through
feeling
the
it.
price
Are
card
you
there.
good, honey? Are you thirsty?
Okay, so the 5-headed dragon on the front, is that to Tiamat or?
It's a 5-headed dragon.
It's just a 5-headed dragon.
It could be any 500
So it's
dragon.
not to Eva.
Hold on, honey.
Huh?
It's not to Eva
It's
as
in
a
the
dragon.
white bag in
the
that
Tiamat
card.
or the Armat.
It's
Just the 5 elements.
non-specific
Yeah.
5-headed dragon.
I'll take the shield.
Okay.
And
Oh,
so
yeah,
the carapace.
If it's 5-headed, it must be.
Yep.
Uh,
Your
who-
juice is in there, honey.
Who is next in the search?
That's why I asked. He said
Uh,
it's not
so
to
I
Tiamat
went-
itself. So
He went
Okay.
to, yeah, hit her, and then
Yeah,
you
she
saw
went.
him in the
So
That's yours, honey. Yep.
you find 20 gold pieces. Oh no! What the?
That was great.
Have you searched yet?
I have not.
You find 2 gold pieces, 10
You
copper
want something,
pieces,
honey?
and we'll give Unc the 30 silver pieces. 30, 40, 50. So you find 30 silver pieces. So you're up to 50. Yep.
So this shield, when I'm hedging it up, is there a magical
Radiance.
radiance to it?
So
She's scared. She's been one of the. Oh yeah, it's scary.
oh
So
no,
she's- That's her like getting freaked out.
that's funny.
Is
Yeah.
there
So
any magical.
there's virtual reality here. People screaming in the background, scary stuff.
Any magical radiance from the shield?
Um,
When I pick
so-
it up and I'm going to attempt to get the feel of it, sort of thing.
So like you were holding the deck of cards, and you
Yep.
saw the energy flow from you
Yep.
and into it. So the shield, the energy flows out from you and into the shield, and you see the shield glow for a second, and then the glow disappears. But it feels strong in your hands. Like it feels powerful.
So it feels as though I'm now connected with the shield.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Glow stick.
Glow stick. Glow stick.
Not sure what it does. I mean, 5 dragons, but it doesn't
But
look
is
as though
it
it's
evil?
Tiamat.
Does he sense any evil on it?
No, there's no evil
Items.
Okay.
intent
Okay.
felt
On these
through it.
items right now.
Right.
So I'm going to look at you
Right
and be
now,
like,
yeah.
you don't think it's Tiamat, right?
What?
It's not Tiamat, right? Right, the dragon. It just looks like it's just the 5 element dragon.
Are they separate or are they all connected to one body?
They're all connected to one body.
Yeah, that's team.
All right.
If they're all one body, that's her. But if it was separate, it could have been anyone.
Yeah, so it is
That
Tiamat.
is
then.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's a Tiamat.
You just throw that shield. Just have her find a picture of it. People are getting rid of all these magic items.
So he
I
picks it
can't-
up. He goes, mine.
I know that it's to do a Tiamat, and I'm like, well, I don't know whether building it will turn me evil, so I suppose I could take the risk. Take the risk. I'm just gonna
Okay.
take the shield.
So
Take the
then he
risk
takes
of
it back. Hold on. I'm second guessing myself.
We can just draw over the picture later,
Oh, you want to
Listen,
scribble it
I
out?
can,
like a
Listen,
bow or something.
I can
Uh,
tinker. I
This
can
is a
tinker
short
with
rest,
it.
not taking a long rest. for everyone
Right.
sleeping.
Ump is good at forging, so he might be able to do something with it too.
As long as he doesn't break the magic that's in it.
But I can tinker with it.
Well, he's good at forging weapons.
Oh.
Tinkering's more like building little
So
constructs.
you don't have a shield, right?
True, but
Would you like a shield?
machinery.
Not taking that shit.
No, you can have the carapace shield that I had before.
yeah,
Gives you 2 AC.
because we killed the carapace.
No, you
Wait,
kill.
oh,
You
sorry,
kill.
sorry.
They, so, have you ever seen the movie Tremors? Okay. So it's basically this giant worm
With
that has a beak on it, and it's
with
got
pointy beaks.
4 tongues that come out, and they have mouths on the tongue. Well, they ended up killing it. They took the carapace from the beak.
The hard, because it's hard.
It's hard. It's like a shell. and they made armor, and he made a javelin. Oh my god. No, that's entertainment.
Yeah. Just like yeah. So would you like the shield? I see you not got a shield on you. Would you like a shield?
Sure.
I'm gonna
Okay.
hand over.
Hesitantly,
So-
she hesitantly takes it.
You can either like kind of hold it on your back, because I know you like dual wielding and still dual wield, but if you want to, you can use the shield and wield one, so you won't be able to duel, but it'll protect you.
What's the creature's name again? What's it called?
What, Graboid.
Okay, and so do I know if it's a magical?
Oh no, this was in the beginning.
It's not magical now.
No, there was no magic. It's just a natural creature, just like centipedes.
Okay.
You missed all the rat fun and
Rats and spiders.
rats and spiders and
shapeshifters and skeletons.
a room full of eggs that were.
Ritual book.
Huh?
My ritual book. My draconic ritual book.
I am working on it. It's going to be awesome.
I have a draconic ritual book that I found.
Yeah.
It's full of rituals. I have no idea what the rituals are yet.
Sounds like
I'm
somebody
studying
is
the book
having
as
fun
I-
in the VR. Yes, they are. They're enjoying one of the scary ones.
I could literally go completely evil with the rituals.
So
That would be on him.
So what is it? You are at risk of becoming evil if you hold something with evil on it?
No, if I choose to do evil actions, I would fall from my grace. I'm a scourge Asimir, so I am the holy.
This is
of
true
all.
Dungeons and Dragons.
And I would fall from grace and I would become a fallen Asimir instead.
Okay.
And then I'd become evil.
But he currently wears a mask. So
Yeah, I have a
So
mask.
Oh,
with a
you're
hood.
the one with the mask. I
Yeah.
heard about you.
Yeah, I'm the one with the mask and yeah, hood, cloak. You can't really see anything. Other than I have two mismatched eyes.
So
Is
awesome.
it the Exorcist one by some chance?
I have no idea.
It could be. He's got some really cool haunted house VR stuff.
Yeah.
That's well, there's one that's a little bit better that I went through, and it was so creepy and lifelike.
Really?
It was intense. Yeah, it was great, and it's like that was awesome. Jordan was sitting there talking about how someone's having a good time in the VR.
Have we investigated everything now?
Or is there more
so-
hidden? You got some gold coins
Yeah,
though.
no, he got the silver.
Oh, silver. So you got
Um,
silver coins.
I'll trade up. I want to have more silver. So if anyone wants gold, I'll give them some gold.
Anyone want
I
to
don't
trade
have
up?
any silver. I only have copper. Sorry,
No?
man.
I don't have silver, just gold.
So keep that in mind as you guys are moving forward. So
We double and I just do a double check around the room to see if there's anything else that we missed.
I want to double check.
absolutely, and you guys feel that you've gotten everything out of it that you're possibly going to
Now,
get.
do we see another path or something hidden? Do
Well,
I find
there-
another room?
So you find the opening in the wall, and there is another room. It looks like just beyond that.
So I want to go to that next room.
Okay.
I'll follow Luna.
Okay. So Luna's first. You're next. You all see this?
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll
So
just
everybody's
follow
just kind of following in. So
Following in
Yes, we're not separating like last week.
I'll take the paper for a second, and
You will.
I will. Bum, 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 bum.
Ba-da-da-dum. No evil creatures yet. Just a lot of missing things we haven't hit. Creepy crawlies.
There you go. So you go into this room, and there's a tomb in the center, just like the one you guys saw in Area 5 that you sealed with the secret door. Same draconic writing that you saw, the binding spell,
In another room.
in this room.
Was this on the
But-
opposite end of the binding spell?
It binds them as the guardian of the queen. And they're bound to protect. But the
Something else to kill.
tomb in the center has been completely decimated and destroyed. There is some skeletal remains in there, but they're unusual looking.
How are they unusual?
Unusual how?
So you want to get a close peek at them?
Is there
Yeah.
evil?
Also-
Is this evil room?
Very cautiously,
It
I
feels
would check it out.
like the other room, very,
Evil and stuff.
very. What's the word I'm looking for? Not dark, but oppressive.
Okay. And the tomb in the middle has been smashed.
It's been
How are the
smashed.
rooms around the room? Are they like been destroyed, like smudged and broken and stuff?
Yeah.
So-
It's crumbling. It's
Where
falling
this other
apart.
room, it was immaculate.
Yeah.
This one, you
Yeah.
can tell that the spell has failed. Whatever
Yeah.
the spell was, which seems to be a binding spell, has broken, and whatever was in there is still in there.
Well, there's a skeleton. You can definitely see a skeleton, but it's unusual looking.
Can I identify with? That close, but from where I'm
All
standing,
Unexpected.
what does it look like?
So to you, what you see is a large being, possibly humanoid in nature. It's got hands, legs. You can see a rib cage. You want to get closer?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Both
closer.
of you
Yeah.
at the same time? Okay. So you get in really close and move a little bit of the debris to get to the skull. And the skull is, you recognize it as Dragonborn. Okay. There's some extra bones though. This doesn't look like the average Dragonborn. It's actually a winged Dragonborn. It looks as though it was wearing some sort of armor, which has been smashed to pieces. And it looks like this room not just collapsed, but like it's been decimated on purpose.
Can I tell what the armor is?
Not at glance. You can have take a look at it, take a closer look at it because he's more into forging. If you'd like to have him do that, I can have him do that.
As I'm looking closer, can I tell if this is something that can come back?
Not in this condition. It's the
It's damaged.
skeletons that are too deteriorated or damaged can't return back.
So then I let them know that it's very deteriorated and.
Yeah.
Now I look at the walls. Is there any, like the other room that we were in, there was the rubies for the eyes and there was one of them. Do we see anything like that on the wall in this room?
No.
Do we see anything else on the walls or near this creature?
Nope. Same. It's the same as the other room, except for
Less.
So this is what one of the guardians looks like.
it's
And it looks like it's not.
collapsed, fallen apart. It looks like somebody came in here and smashed
So
it on
this one's
purpose.
not sealed. They weren't able to get into the other one, but this one wasn't as protected.
Well, they probably didn't have. If it
They
was
could
like
get
a
the other
vandal,
ones to the eyes.
they probably didn't have the eye because
That's what I know. I
Yeah.
know. But that's what I'm explaining is there's no eyes for this one, so I don't think it's
Well,
as
yeah. There's no secret door. There's no
Yeah.
jewels or anything. It was just like a open hole in the wall kind of room.
I mean,
And
it
it
wasn't
just-
exactly easy.
They check out the armor.
Not warded
Sorry.
because maybe they warded the second.
There's
You look through,
Check out the armor.
but there's nothing of really any value or anything that would help you on your way. She wanted you to check out the armor. Can you do a roll for that?
Sure.
Come here, big boy.
They're winged, so
Oh
flying.
yes. So
You two.
this is a special metal.
Sure.
Draconic in nature, like the Dragonborn have perfected this metal of draconium. It's you know it to be very, very strong, very hard, and And huh?
Is this mine?
You can take it.
It's her.
I mean, it's between you two.
I kind of. Is it like a heavy armor or like?
It for how strong it is, it's very lightweight.
I kind of want it.
Rock, paper, scissors. Or how about when you have the?
Yeah.
I
How you doing?
So is the
I
armor in one
like how he
piece?
did that. Well, you got.
Is it the
I
armor
give
all
him
in one
just-
piece, or is it?
I meant like
It-
silver. Do you have any silver?
It's like a chest plate, some shoulder pads.
But it's
Some
wearable.
gold.
It's
Yeah.
one piece is
I-
wearable. It's not for a
It's dinged up.
Yeah, so
It's
he'd
dinged
have to
up. He would
repair it.
have to repair it. Yeah.
Is
I
there any
have
magic?
either.
While watching these two barter over this chess piece, is there any magic radiating? Do I see any magic being drawn from him with it? Because she rules magic. So
Right.
is there any magic moving into the armor?
No.
Okay.
So is it not similarly constructed?
Is there 5 dragons
Are you
on
coming
the
back next week?
breastplate?
No, there is not.
If you don't, then I get to take it. When
Then I'm coming back.
so there is not next week. They're going to be gone next week.
So the
2
same,
weeks.
the same picture that's on my shield isn't on the armor.
Okay, so all I have are these.
He's not at the table.
answers
Just take it
and
before he gets back.
50 gold.
Okay. So
Yeah, she can
When-
have it.
she can have
If
it.
there's anything additional, like boots or whatever, I want that.
Okay. So
Am I trading him or is he just giving
just
it?
said-
to me?
no, he's saying that you can have the armor,
Okay.
but if there was anything extra, then he would take it.
He's taking the matching boots if they're there.
All right. So you're
All right, so
it's very dinged up.
Okay,
So
so-
it'll need work before you could wear it.
More than the mending spell?
So draconian armor.
yeah.
You said?
Yeah. She could tell you that once he identified it as draconium, she could tell you that mending does not work on it. Like it has to be forged.
Reforged, basically.
Yeah. It's a very special alloy that they created using multiple ingots and various items.
So could it be like so it
It-
can't be mended, it has to be like reforged?
It
Is
can
that
be
what-
magically mended. It has to be reforged. And
Okay.
so, but he can do that for you. It'll take
Yeah.
probably a couple days for him to get it done. But you can make note of it.
So watching them take this armor off this skeleton, it didn't come to life and try to kill everybody. Can I examine the skeletal features of it, the wings and how they are, like how tall it would be,
Mhm.
the reach of it, tail, like literally every part of the skeleton I want to examine and take a mental note of it all, because
Okay.
what this guardian looks like is probably what the one we're about to go kill looks
So-
like.
And while he's investigating the skeleton, I'm down there talking to him because this is what we do.
Yeah, so we're just talking and like examining and making notes and and when it's fully done, I'm gonna pick up the skull and squash it.
Okay. All right. So you make notes of this creature. It would have been like 7, almost 8 feet tall. Yeah. The wingspan on this is unbelievably like huge.
Yep.
Do they fold back up?
Would I
You wanna
And
take
they're
the-
leather wings.
The bones. Okay.
would
I'll
I
wrap them
know
up in the
any,
purple cloak and carry 'em on.
would I know anything about winged dragon?
You've heard of them. They're very rare. Very rare. Mostly used as enforcers,
And they're
leaders.
Huge.
they're
They cannot. You know that they cannot fly, but they could glide down. You know, they can use them for that stuff. They can use them to, you know, if they want to kind of
they
protect their
can use their
face
so
from
they're
something.
leather. They're
Yeah,
leather,
yeah.
like traditional.
Yeah,
dragon,
traditional. Yep.
not feathers. Like
No,
yours.
no
They're
feathers, no.
definitely
Also, so you dragged me away from killing the guardian. We've searched the building, and I now go and kill the guardian.
We have to find it first.
We know where the Guardian is. It's in that room.
We
With
have
all
to
the
figure out how
rooms.
to break the warding spell.
That's easy. I'll just smash the walls.
Do you?
It breaks the spell.
So I'm gonna hit the head for a second. Do you want to explain to her what you found in the other room, how similarities and things like that?
I mean, we're
Yeah.
going to be having this conversation between
What are you guys
us. So
talking about?
There you go. I'll be right back.
So she asked me.
I know that.
So we
Oh,
feel
we are telling her.
if she's part of the team, she needs to know something.
So
This is just what we do.
What you guys talking about?
Random people keep turning up.
This is just what we do.
So, seeing your hatred for Tiamat and anything to do with Tiamat, we found what appears to be a room be spelled to bind the Guardian to Tiamat. It is evil. I'm heading there to kill it. Having seen this one and what this Guardian is, and the runes that are around this room that have been broken and everything, this was another one of her Guardians that is obviously died for some reason.
Is it dead right now or is it undead?
Which one?
The
One in the
guardian?
other room, we don't know. It's in a coffin that is sealed. These runes are holding it. One of our other teammates that's not here at the moment wanted to break the spell and we persuaded him not to.
Wording runes on the wall and the other
Was it the centipede ruin?
Yes.
are
How did you know?
intact.
He seemed like the guy who would break for it.
So we are now heading there to kill this other Guardian. Who's a
we don't
Guardian
want to see the rest of it before we go kill.
Who's the rest of what? There's
The
nothing
water.
else.
It's in the bag.
Oh, I thought you had it.
Nothing
I'll
else
probably
here.
take mine.
Do you want your Twizzler?
But down on the bottom floor, we haven't done all the floors. There's more
No,
missing.
I'm not leaving this floor without taking care of that Guardian.
Okay.
I'm with you there.
I think we have no choice but to follow because
No,
I don't think
Do what you
I
want.
don't think it's smart to separate in this place.
No, I mean, I found books about different stuff.
It was
We had
just
a
the chess piece.
I know he has
has-
need. We
Well,
talked
he
about it.
hasn't need.
And we got him to do further
He has
than
a
that.
calling to do this and the skills to accomplish the task. He has a very
I mean, it's a
specific set of
dragon, and at this point, I summoned my longsword. I mean, that's what this sword is made for. Oh, I have a sword that is the pain of dragons. I binded it as my hex, not my hex weapon, as my pact weapon. So it's one of my pact weapons. I'm allowed to bind one magical weapon as a pact weapon. I've chosen this sword, which is a dragon's pain sword. It's built for killing dragons. We know the Guardian is a dragon lord. Where did I find the dragon pain sword in the end? That was one of the books.
Somebody go back and watch that episode. It was all like level 1.
I think he found it.
And that was the only one you found. You didn't.
Yeah, there wasn't any other swords. It's just
It was in an
It's the
armory.
second guardian.
Yeah, it was on the
This
first floor. It was on the first
The
level.
second.
That
No.
one, it was not on that one.
No, it was the one above.
So
We
you
found
see
it.
him call his pact weapon. Then I just have a mace.
Yeah.
But I get that.
I
Ready.
very curious.
Sort of rearrange my
You're
gear
not having
to
a
make
sword,
my.
and I make it disappear.
Make it comfortable.
So are you guys in the room just before that? Just before the chamber?
Which chamber?
The one with the
Guardian. In it.
Guardian.
No, we haven't actually moved over there
Okay.
yet. We're still in the one with
Okay,
the
so
broken
you guys
Are
are
we
just
We
discussing
were
the plan.
investigating the body and
My
make him
question,
more
though-
show what we were talking about.
When I go over here, do we see any?
And-
Well, it was pink like the other stuff, so I wanted to check.
So that is a full map,
That
as
is.
full as we can.
There's nothing else that we could have
You
possibly.
guys-
I just wanted to make sure there's no like doors that were on the page that I'm just not seeing.
Yeah, we've gone
No.
through everything that we've possibly seen that was
You've
an entry.
cleared it. You've cleared level 2 finally.
So it is
Except for-
actually.
except
So
for
when
the
we
Guardian
bring up the
that's
Except for
map
the Guardian, which I'm now
screen, it
heading
says
for. So I'm like
What's that?
So when we
I'm
bring up the
done
map screen, it says
Yeah.
what's in the
waiting and listening. I want the Guardian there.
I'm going in the same direction.
Um,
Anything Tiamat
this-
related is bad news.
This crypt that we're in,
You don't like it?
It's okay.
The crypt.
I like the lemonade better.
Could we take a short rest in this crypt to gain stuff?
You can, or you can go to any one of the rooms that you're most comfortable.
Well, this one doesn't have any other entrance other than that one we came through, so. And I've already crushed all the skeletons and everything that's here. There's nothing that could possibly pop up and attempt to kill us.
Now, if I do a short rest, do I get to get my temporary hit points back? I lost 5 of them.
After a long rest.
Oh, long rest. Okay. But with a short rest, I'm able to take the ring and
You can work on it. You can work on it on a short rest, but you get about halfway done.
Oh, I thought you said I could do it on a short rest. No.
You get about halfway as you're tinkering. Yeah.
So, to heal, I'd have to use one of my hit dice, right? To try and heal myself back
What are
up.
you doing?
I'm 9 points down on hit points still. So we did fight something. No, I smacked into the wall.
Yeah. We killed the
I
centipede.
didn't take anything off. The
Right.
But no, because I'm still at 31 hit points.
Yes.
At 4.
I can
So I'm down by 9 hit
help you
points.
with
Anyone want a
with that.
Twizzler?
I can do my healing thing.
Well, I mean, I could
No,
heal
I have my
myself.
Twizzler?
Not Twizzler fan.
Me too.
I have my.
I love Twizzlers.
Hang on. Do I get?
No.
No, I'm here. It's my healing match.
She said she wanted Twizzler. Yeah, I'll give it up.
Listen, I like that they're not overly sweet, but they have a nice flavor.
I can do that.
That's what she
In swimming, we used to.
Yeah, but you're wasting
drink
time.
out of a hot tub.
said.
How am I wasting?
Because we're about to go up against guards.
When it's not expensive.
Yeah, but you only get one use of it. Challenge divinity is
They're pretending crying back there.
this is what your challenge divinity is. That's just what
They're
you could do
pretending,
with your.
like they're playing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, short.
Yeah, we can work something out.
So you could do it, and we're going to rest for a short thing anyway. So you could.
I was thinking too. Rodney plays Frostgrave.
He
Maybe
has
bring
a
some
skill
of that in.
lot to do with that.
No,
It's
I
a,
don't. It's part of my. It's my
It's a
healing
really
match.
cool war game. You get
Which
a war
is
band of
anatomy.
like
I think
10.
you have it as well, actually.
You have a wizard.
Yeah. So it's
Usually
anatomy,
you have
okay.
an apprentice. You don't have to pick one, and it's really easy to play.
Can you keep your healing as myself?
And
I can
your
heal myself
wizard
and I
will
can't
level
use it
up
until I've
each time
long
you
rest
play.
again. So it doesn't heal
And
that
you'll
much.
learn
So
new
if we both
spells.
just
And
up
basically
here
what you're trying to do is you're trying to raid
puts me up at 39.
cities
Yeah,
and stuff like
cities,
that
caves.
for gold
Okay.
and try to
And
get
we just need to
treasure.
raid for
So
all
it's
the
not
rest of us.
it's not all about
Get
killing
that
each other,
balance.
but it's
Almost like a baby's first war game.
yeah.
They take like the idea of a war game, shrink it down, and then just simplify all the rules
Okay, so we're taking.
down to like one dice roll. So combat, damage, and defense is all done by one single roll each person.
Does anybody need to get anything back with a short rest? Does anybody get anything back from a short rest?
I don't think no.
You
I
said
don't
no,
think so.
right?
I've been hit
Well,
also,
Nobody's taking any damage or anything.
I have taken damage, yes.
and I haven't used
If
it.
you hit the wall, that's your fault.
What's that?
That's your fault, not
Yeah.
mine.
No, you jumped. You wanted to
Whatever
walk
you
first
got.
before I threw you. I could have thrown you and taken no damage.
Yeah,
You decided you wanted to test the bridge.
So I'll just make 2 more.
If I wasn't there to save you, you would have dropped.
I asked you to help me and tie me though. You're acting like that.
Okay.
Were you collecting
No,
stones?
yeah, I say
For
yeah,
whetstones
but it's not my
to-
fault.
to
Yeah,
sharpen.
I didn't say it was your fault.
That's what I thought you said.
Wasn't
I wasn't
blaming
sure.
you.
Whetstones or something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, do we get anything back from short rest? Does anybody actually get anything back from a short rest?
I'm taking one just to make some more whetstones, and I'm gonna give her 2, so she has some for her swords.
Okay.
And then
He's
I have,
giving you
I have
2
3
stones.
more. So
I don't need
I've got a
whetstones.
sword.
you got a sword? I'll give him one too.
Okay. So
Yeah,
they
we
sharpen
get-
your
Yeah,
swords.
we get them back.
So every time you do it,
Short rest, right?
Just to give you a bonus or something.
every time you use it while at rest, we'll give you a
No,
plus
it's not
one
rest.
Plus 1 to damage.
Yeah. So if you remember to do that on a short or long rest, you'll get a +1 bonus for your first combat, and then it will dull again. So if you take another rest, then you can sharpen it again. So that makes sense to do. They're gonna last a long time. Yeah. They should last you a long time.
So you can go into business selling whetstones.
Yeah.
And
I went into business selling owlbear jerky.
We're gonna take over this bar. She's just watching, right?
No, she's
I love
this. She's doing the front of the coast.
Okay, so
Oh no.
So good.
how's my crossbow coming along? As you're taking a short rest.
Fantastically.
Awesome.
It's almost ready.
It's like 90% done.
Nice. I'm having a repeater crossbow made.
And for you. By the time we actually meet again, it'll be done.
Awesome.
The Gatling crossbow.
Well, during this, during the short rest, could I have him start looking at the draconium armor?
Yeah.
And him.
Yeah, he's the one that forged it.
Yeah.
So she wants you to try to reforge some of it, get the dents out and things like that.
Before just I tinker.
You guys were like, oh, who's getting the armor? She's getting it, but I need you to fix it for me.
You get it.
Yeah,
You
pretty
know
I
it.
know.
No, I don't give that to him. I'm not about that life.
I like to do things.
What did you bring with you?
Then you
You
have
chose the
some
Dungeon kit.
Yeah,
Then-
I have no idea what's in that. I have no
So,
idea.
you know-
so some things that I might be interested in trading for that are the pitons that you can use to climb down walls. And if you want to split your stack of those, you can do that. That'd be cool.
How many do I have?
You have-
You have 10.
So just give me maybe like 4. Just so if we have to go down some kind of ravine again, I don't have to stab my javelin into the ground.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That would dull eventually.
And
That someone takes on you.
Give it to him because they're all new to me and I'm just getting a feel of them.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can make them at some point,
Mhm.
can I?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe I'll get them back over time. I have some chunks of iron actually, so maybe I could just make my own. So I'll take one of yours to use to make a mold, and then I'll make my own out of that.
Fair enough.
I like it.
So you would just adjust yours to 9 instead of 10. So.
These are They're like little spikes with
So
a
it's
O ring at the end of them.
PITONS.
I'll use them to set up like tripwire sometimes.
Angela.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use up.
Sorry, I had to. I just had to. I haven't done it all night. I needed to do something. It's not a full night for us if I don't.
Okay.
Say 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pour some dirt in the end.
That works. All right. So, what does everybody want to do? Or is everyone done with their short rest?
I think so. I think we need to.
How often do I need to sharpen my swords? Because I have those stones
So,
now.
if you want to sharpen it now, you can get a +1 bonus on your next combat.
Okay, I'll sharpen. I mean, I only one actually hit, so I'll sharpen that one.
Okay.
Well, you can just sharpen both anyway,
Yeah.
just so that they're.
Okay, so I sharpen both, and I get what?
You'll get a +1 on your next combat on your attacks.
For just one.
Well, after that combat, then it would be dull again. Then you'd have to
Okay,
resharpen.
so during the whole fight.
Yeah, it would be a
Okay.
+1 during the whole fight, and you can sharpen.
Yeah, I'll sharpen mine.
So you'll get a +1
Do the stones wear down over time?
over time, but whetstones last a pretty long time, so you should be fine. Yeah.
Do you guys have any sharp edges?
I have a mace.
I have a magic sword, so I doubt my sword ever.
A
Can I
bunch
have
of pointy
swords?
edges. I have several pointy edges. Pointy bits.
I mean, you can have one. Because I don't have. All I have is my javelin. Maybe I can sharpen.
Mhm.
But you have any
Sharpen your
swords?
javelin.
I don't have a
His
sword.
hammer.
I do have a dagger, but I have a hammer. Although maybe I could
And his
use
hammer
counterweights.
flies a lot,
Oh,
not
yeah.
necessarily at its target.
I don't have any swords to give you.
That's all right. Maybe we'll find something in this. Oh wait, someone did pick up a scimitar.
What
Yeah.
does that mean?
I wanted that.
Yeah.
If I could
Yep.
have that scimitar, I would like to work on that at the same time.
I don't know who got it.
No, I
Oh, yeah,
have
it was Beth.
It's me. I have the scimitar.
You can trade him for it, or bounce wow. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, you've done that
I'm
before.
mentally thinking, what is wrong?
I'll
with
just
these
give you.
people?
I'll just give
A
you
lot.
the scimitar. I'll just hand it to you. So add it to your thing. I don't mind sharing.
Yeah, I gave her the scrolls last time.
Yeah,
Did you turn
it's
those
all-
into spells?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, go ahead and take the scimitar.
Alright, so what if we did?
You
You
had
never told me.
you had the card.
Oh.
It's the basic scimitar.
You never gave me the card for scimitar.
I did.
You did not. You gave me the.
It's in the
No,
book.
I was
Rodney,
just-
would you
I was
mind
just
looking that up?
thinking, I realized I had this
Look.
battle axe. That could've
You
been
did not give me the
something.
card.
Oh,
I really don't have interest in
is
it.
it two hands?
It is
Versatile. That could be cool.
Yeah. Maybe I want that.
Maybe I could have given this to him while he works on the armor. I don't know. Or maybe I'll stay.
Yeah.
You
Let's
can
take the
trade
war.
him that for the armor repair.
I mean,
So
it's only one
1d6
pennant, so maybe I'll
That
save
was
this
my
if I need
hope
to
for
finesse.
trade him another thing.
finesse and what?
Light, so you can dual wield them.
Well, not evil. Sorry, but
Yeah.
I say evil, but not really.
I have like 20 gold pieces I can give you.
Ooh. Trading, bartering. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I also can dual.
You're starting to weigh down a little bit.
Yes.
Throwing axe, throwing hammer, throwing scimitar.
But you guys do have the headquarters on level 1 where you can store your stuff. So anything you don't want to carry, you can put in your treasures, additional treasure and stuff, and just say that it's in the headquarters upstairs. So each time you would just choose which ones you want to carry. That'd be awesome though if you had a hammer and an axe.
That's what I'm
Slash and bash.
I got a question. Has Julie seen how you called to your girlfriend?
Do it.
There's no need at the moment.
There's no water in the
So you
situation.
can get a
At
good
some
like
point,
kiss
at some
before
point,
we go
you should
into
ask him how he calls his girlfriend. Just saying.
I feel like maybe he talked. No, yeah, he did tell me that.
And he told you how did he show you how he calls? You would have known it.
It's on film. You guys got to go back and watch those episodes
You
if you want to
should.
see how he calls to his girlfriend, the octopus,
Named
which he has yet to name.
da da da.
That's his girlfriend right there. If you folks don't remember,
Girlfriend, you don't even have a name.
I know.
She's been trying to tell me.
Maybe
but I
that's what
can't
it's
quite
called.
make it out.
Maybe that's her name in that whatever language she speaks.
How will I write
Octopusian?
that?
I don't know.
It's B-R-E-E-E.
What language does an octopus speak? Everybody's taking notes and diligently adding their stuff up there. Love it.
So
No, you're creating a new character.
that would be what it would be if I did it.
That's- So yes. So if you use it normally, it's 1D. If you use it two-handed, then it'd be 1. Putting more strength into it. Yeah.
We still gotta use him like he's still good and doesn't turn to evil. So, yeah,
Well, you never know. Things may change.
I know. That's why we need to kill this creature right away.
Oh yeah, but you were all taking a short rest, so I'm just sat there.
No, I know. What I'm saying
I'm
is,
studying magic comics.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
Would I have heard your character mention anything about possibly turning evil as your like
No, no.
Okay, yeah.
Five.
Yeah, no.
I'm just trying to see what I
So-
can keep it an eye on.
I am going to private message you because I have an idea. But I'll talk to you
I
about
just
it. Okay?
That works.
Like I've been passing you the secret codes.
But
Yeah.
then, when you make hands before the rabbits, remember? When you use on five, it adds up.
I have a really cool idea.
I'm always happy for cool ideas.
I think it'd be fun.
Yes.
What baby? Okay, honey. Okay.
She has cookies in her bag.
Whatever, I'm not gonna even. Eat cookies, girls.
I got some broccoli.
Because, you know, the cotton candy and the chocolates.
Wasn't enough.
We're not gonna-
Yeah. It's never enough. We get kids running around. Finish my broccoli. Hello, Mr. Broccoli.
So we all finished our short rest then.
I think so. I think we need to move on and.
And I'm going straight back to
And
that.
and before you go too far, we've been talking and discussing, when we get to the point, she needs to be first in point because she's gonna do some damage.
Yeah.
And everyone needs to be prepared.
So you're going to do some damage to the two.
Not to the tune.
Are we all
You've
going?
got to wake it up first.
Yes.
Once
When I
it's woken
need
up.
to, when the time is the opportune moment, to quote Jack Sparrow.
Wait, there will be a time when it looks like they
If you
should
want
fight
to.
I'm going to start heading.
That's
Once I've
the time
seen
you don't
everyone
wanna be
seems to have
sick.
finished their short rest, I'm going to
I will
just get
take
up
a
and
slate
start.
of bottle
So,
booze that I
We know what he's doing, and so
Okay.
I'm chaotic neutral, but I try to stick with the people I'm around. And so and I've created a bond, so I stick with them and I work with them. So I'm going to be going where, because I know what he's going to do. We've had discussions, so I'm following him because this is, in the end, what we need to do anyways. So I'm going to go after and we're going to just get this done.
I'll go as well.
I'm handing you back your armor first.
Oh, wait. He said he's going to,
Hand you back your armor.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
And how long does it take to get?
how about you? Are you following us or are you going to go on
Yeah.
your own?
So next time we meet, it'll be ready.
Yeah.
I got some work to do over vacation. Love it. All right. So you guys go back to the room. You see the statue with the dragon's head, or the dragon head that's attached to the wall. You have a plan, or are you just gonna?
So I look at you and go, do we want to, or do we want to work on this tune first before we put the, like, how do we want to handle this before I put these in?
Go in and kill it.
We need a plan first.
I have a plan. Attack.
Yes, we know, but let's clarify this. Are you going in with your mask on or off?
Oh, it's evil. I'm just going to go in and. You're going to see.
Oh,
When he
You'll
takes
find
the
out.
mask
When
off
he
and I
takes it
cast
off,
my holy face palm,
he's so bright that you can't
Get
look at him.
everybody
That's
10
why I was
feet out of the way.
asking what his plan is, because I want to make sure we're prepared.
The mask keeps the
Him.
world, keeps him, like, filters the world so he can
So I'm not
function.
overwhelmed.
But if he removes the mask, he loses that ability to filter, and
The inner radiance just
it's
explodes.
just, yeah, he just
Then he
explodes
just goes
into his
after
end.
anything
Then he
evil.
becomes glow stick.
Yes.
He's the glow stick of destiny.
Okay, so, yeah, so you're just gonna go in, and then our thought is, once you go in and do your thing, you're gonna have to come out so she can do her part.
No, I just put the shield up. We'll see what the shield's good for.
You're gonna have to leave the room when she goes to do her thing. This is why I want to discuss it before we go in and do this. Because she's gonna be doing some major damage, and you're gonna get majorly damaged if you go in there.
When you come out, you have to come out.
You have to
before
come
I use
out.
Any of these things.
This is our
So,
thing.
you want me to go in, break the spell. Hopefully, whatever's in the tomb is already dead, and we don't have to actually really worry about it. But it's going to come out of the tomb. I'm going to have to attempt to run away from it for her to kill it.
You're gonna go in, do what you need to do quickly, because you're already gonna be bright at that point. See what happens. Come out of the room and let her just. You'll be at the edge.
Combat takes 2 hours.
Just
Strategy.
because strategy is important. Sorry.
I have to wait for the opportunity.
So I don't have
Yes, I know, and that's what
If I was
Yeah.
just to break the room, the spell would fall apart.
Yeah.
And whatever's in the tomb would be free to break.
Yeah, with the Draconic Ritual book that you got, you can break the binding spell.
Awesome.
We can.
No, I can't.
You can.
So he's got his.
So I open the door and fine, let's see what
Okay,
happens.
let's see what happens, and if we need to go in, we will.
I will save this
With
for
your
an
mask.
opportune moment.
But she's gonna have something ready, if need be, for you to back out and.
So as she puts the items to open the door, I'm going to take out the book and memorize what I need to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I'm doing, I put one in, and I take my time. I tell everyone to be prepared, and then I start to put in the next. And I look at him before I put it in and say, "Are you ready?"
Sure.
And I
I hold out my hand.
Before you put in the second one,
yes.
Not
I
yet.
have to recast whatever my armor spell is.
Mage armor?
Shield of Faith.
Oh, hold on. Since we're doing a big
It
creature,
only
that
lasts 10
I'm gonna
minutes. I forgot to
do.
take a rest. Walk in like, wait a minute.
You get some of your stuff back there in short rest, right?
I don't.
No.
I have my
I thought I did
lightning
'cause I'm
ring already
playing a
on.
food.
Okay.
Just letting you know, I'm putting my Heather ring on,
Okay.
and then
She's like loading up with rage.
She goes to put the second image away. Wait a minute.
She's getting her grease ready.
It's all there.
That's right, I'm reading a book.
So you're like, oh yeah, my shit's done.
so should I be is I don't need to worry about necromancy right now, correct?
What
Or
are you
will
trying
I?
to do?
Well, with my 1 hour scroll of false life, I can bolster myself with a necromantic facility of life. I gain 1d4 plus 4 temporary hit points for the duration.
So you can use it now.
Is it going to be the most effective? Is what I
That's ultimately up to your decision. I can't influence you. I can only,
Oh, that's a big creature.
give you the
Is this
storyline.
creature though necromantic? Is it?
It's a reanimated skeleton,
So
possibly.
yes. So then I'm going to use it because I don't want to take that chance.
Oh, you're
Okay.
standing on me.
So when you're done with it, I'll take it back after the combat. So
There's 4.
you've got that on you.
Means that's very what?
She's using her scroll of false life.
I have my 2 rings on plus my scroll of false life, which gives me a d4 plus 4 temporary hit points.
Oh, it's on you. Okay. 'Cause that's
I'm
necrotic,
trying to
isn't it?
I'm trying to get myself set
So you,
and ready, and I have other things if we need be.
so
but
you
right
need to
now-
roll a d4.
3,
Mhm.
so 7.
So make note that you get
Yeah.
7 extra temporary hit points.
Can I cast a second level spell?
Mhm.
Can I cast Bless
On everybody.
on everybody but myself? I bless up to it's 1 action. We're all within 30 feet of
Oh yeah,
each other. I sprinkle y'all with holy water.
yeah. It's a small room, so.
First of the 3 creatures of your choice of the range. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends,
Okay, so she hasn't actually cast that yet, just as a heads up.
the target can
Just a minute, we're not in
Right.
combat.
the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack or the saving throw. So when I cast it, they get to roll a d4 or either they get to choose first what they're using.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the next minute, whenever we make an attack or save, we can roll a d4 down and add it to it.
It's kind of like the guidance
Yep.
thing,
But you're not
but you get to choose
No.
3 people.
No. I can cast it as a second level spell,
Oh,
and I can target one additional creature for
There's only
each
4 people.
slot level.
nice.
You're not doing it today.
That you spend.
Me, I'm not blessing myself.
There's 5 other players other than you. Not 4. We're missing.
I'm not blessing you. Not that I don't love you and all, but,
But you don't need it.
you don't,
He doesn't need it.
you don't need it.
You don't need a blessing.
It's not about nice. You're getting the job done. You're gonna get the job
Give you
done.
a fireball necklace and a pouch.
Okay, so
I'll figure out
Still
who I'm
distra-
going to bless.
Discussing
when it's my turn.
strategy.
Yeah, I think that's the best plan. She's gonna wait to see who's gonna really need it at that moment.
okay, so when I go in there, I'm gonna just say back up 10 feet.
Correct. So I'm at the wall ready to put it in, and I'm just waiting for everyone to be ready.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen until I go in the room.
Correct. But I want everyone else to be ready and backed up and prepared. Is everyone ready?
See what happens.
Okay. I put it in the thing, and it opens the door again.
The secret door, the eyes glow red, and the secret door opens, and you see the same thing that you saw. You see the tomb,
Rooms and
you see 2 torches on either side, and a chest on the very end. The sigils on the wall.
did we ever open that chest in the end?
You never did.
I didn't think
You
we
guys left
No, you
everything.
guys told me no when I wanted to open that chest.
Yeah. Yeah, because we weren't sure what that chest
Do
would
it.
actually do.
You wouldn't let me touch
So
it.
nothing's been disturbed in here.
Correct. You guys basically opened it, said, "Wait a minute." You were like, "No, let's
Okay.
go."
I'm gonna stand in the doorway.
Okay.
I'm gonna crouch down a bit so if she wants to fireball in her alchemist fire, she's got space over the top of me to do
Okay.
it. With my shield in front of me, I'm gonna summon my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna recite the spell.
Okay.
Like
So-
quietly under my breath,
Under
so
your breath.
nobody knows
What
what
do-
it's actually doing.
What are you saying? Come up with a spell.
You have to say it
You have to
now.
make a rhyme. Ooh, no.
It doesn't have to rhyme.
Haiku. Haiku.
I don't like
I would have
Have
just
to go against everything you
what
believe
are,
in.
what are
Say
the
it.
words that you speak?
Who was our goddess again?
We have different.
No, we had the same one. Valadras.
Andres. Yeah, sure.
Sure, we'll go with that. I call upon Valadras, bless me in my fight against evil and break this spell. But I
Okay.
say it in Draconic.
So the sigils on the wall start to glow, and they explode. Each one starts exploding.
Okay,
Um,
I'm so glad I stood that.
and all of the energy from the explosions go into the tomb, and the tomb begins to crack open, and the light begins to burst through the cracks. A ginormous 8-foot tall dragonborn skeleton emerges from the tomb.
Can I throw in one of my illusions?
You want to throw an illusion, so you're gonna shuffle. You gotta take the that off. Shuffle.
I ducked so you could throw your stuff.
Uh-huh.
You're gonna randomly draw a card. Okay.
Or
Org mage. Okay.
and it just goes into the room.
Okay. So yeah, that card will disappear now.
Oh, it disappears completely.
Yep. So the card dissolves and a org mage appears.
So how many cards did we dissolve at that bit last time in testing
Well, you
it?
didn't actually throw it, so
Oh,
Wow, this is
I-
really
yeah.
You guys were
So
testing about
no cards left.
Alright,
okay.
52 card pickup. Oh.
so I'll put those like this, so I
So
know
she could have
it's.
just not thrown it and summoned it anywhere and just not thrown the card to lose the card, basically.
Possibly.
Sorry.
It's fine. Well, you got to throw it past everybody and over
Yeah,
his
I
head.
want to make
so.
sure. Yeah,
So
I want to get it over you and into the room.
Well, yeah,
So-
I ducked down behind my shield. So
Correct.
in
I'm not sure
between
what shield's
you
gonna
and this thing, this ogre mage appears. Do a perception check.
do. 18.
Okay, so you know that this is from her deck of illusions.
Okay.
You're like, The hell?
Oh, hey, I'm pretty sure we finished playing with these like last week.
But the dragon skeleton, he instantly leaps into attack it.
And when it's distracted.
All right, so he bites into it with its mouth, and obviously it just goes right through. So he swings at it with his claws, and he notices that he's not actually hitting anything, that his claws are just going right through this thing.
It stays there the whole time, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So you're the only one in the room.
I'm in that doorway bit.
Yeah,
crouched
and
in
he's
it.
crouched,
Right.
so I can see
Mhm.
over his head. 'Cause
Okay.
He's crouched down, so I can see what's happening.
Yeah. So you
In the room.
see this animated dragon skeleton just go for it at this illusion. He looks kind of confused afterwards after his attack.
Go in and I'll take out one of the drawers.
And I say,
Yeah, and shut the door. Yeah.
yeah, I'll take one of my,
So I'm going to tap on the top twice so let you know to get out as this is happening.
right, and I take one of the beads off my, girl, hold my necklace.
You only need to take one and
Yes, I'm just gonna take one, it's a
One
level.
ball.
If I wanted to cast a spell, would I have to put like one of my swords?
Not necessarily.
I don't know how much damage, like, I mean, it's a corporeal thing, but I don't know really how much damage it can do, so I don't want.
So what I done to that wall.
we want to, I say take it all with that thing and throw it in there and we shut that door.
I do well. You can
It's up
attempt
to
to
you
do
in
that, but
split
I'm not
second.
leaving the
Who's
door
fighting it?
You're not going to.
because you're putting an explosion into a room and sealing it. You're then going to open the door and someone's going to blow up because of the backdraft from that door being opened.
Well, of course, that's why everyone needs to back away when we open it again.
How can you open it if then?
Because I'm on the side of the wall. I'm not in front of the door.
Yeah, but it's the backdraft. Yeah, no, that's not happening. I'm staying in the doorway. At this point, I'm fixated on the eagle, so
Okay, so I'm,
Neris, what are you doing during all this? Are
I
you
guess
having a
standing
chuckle?
behind them,
okay, so I'm
Just
gonna.
observing?
kind of confused about what's happening. Spell's got
Why
a
is
time
it taking?
limit.
I know, right?
you see Luna like throwing a card, and you know
That's new.
you're just like,
that's why
Okay,
Okay.
so I'm just going to hurl my flask of magic napalm.
okay.
So
Uh,
it sticks to the dragon.
Yep, it shatters on the dragon, and it instantly he's on fire now.
And does 1d4 fire damage at the start of each turn.
Ooh.
Okay, so once I see this go past, if it's possible, from a crouch position, can I like launch myself forward and up so that I'm then standing, using my speed to get up?
Yeah.
So as I do that, I'm going to remove the mask, and just as my form erupts, I'm going to slash at the dragon through the illusion. So it looks as though the illusion is actually hitting him.
Okay. Go ahead and do an attack.
Awesome. And it is a dragon, right?
Yes.
And as he crouches up, my hand goes across, like down his back.
It's pretty cool, guys. It's an ability check.
You know, it's a cantrip.
For an ability check. I'm not doing an ability check.
For me,
So that's an 18 plus 7.
You hit.
Hang on.
You want to add up all the numbers, huh?
Okay, yeah, so this is going to be the fun part. Okay, so that's a 18. No, that's a 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
In my angelic form. So that's, hang on, so that's a D8 for the first part. So that's a 7 there, plus 4 from my radiant, plus another 3d6 from being the dragon sword, which is another 12.
23 total,
Okay,
I believe, if I did the math correctly. So yeah.
Does it still get the D1, D4?
It's not its turn.
It will on its turn. Everyone's kind of behind you in the other room.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
So it's just you
as
two.
I
So
go
there's no
through,
initiative at the
I'm gonna
moment.
go through the illusion to hit the dragon as I do this.
Awesome.
So it looks as though the illusion's actually hitting it, because now the illusion is like this radiant, angelic form standing in front of the dragon.
All right.
Oh, and now it takes another extra 2 damage because I end my turn and my radiant form hits it now.
Okay, and then so
I like this
you went. So it would be. Does anyone else want to do anything, or are you guys just letting the action happen?
Do we have to get into the
You, yeah. Well, he went through, so you got Nala that's in the doorway still.
Yeah.
You guys are kind of bunched around behind her.
I'm going in.
You want
I
to?
know.
Yeah.
I'm going in.
I'll go in.
Okay, so let's all roll for initiative if everyone's going into the room.
Oh yeah.
I rolled the wrong
I
dice.
got a
3
3.
also.
I'm done with this thing.
I rolled a 2.
I got a 3.
I rolled a 1.
Oh wait,
With
plus,
bonus though.
plus 1, that's 4.
Okay, what'd you?
A 2, so I got
4.
4.
Sounds like everyone messed this up.
Luna?
Yeah.
8.
Well,
Full
trip-
8.
Wow, everyone rolled low. I hope you guys don't roll low during combat, Nala.
3.
I'm quite glad I took alert.
I should have done my other
David,
die, but
10.
I wanted to do my
Because I took alert, so I get +7 to my initiative.
All right, so the Guardian takes his
I got a
damage on
3.
his turn. I got you, boss.
So who's the highest?
The Guardian.
Yeah.
What did he roll?
So he rolled a 13.
I'm quite glad I got my alert.
So he took his fire damage. He's going to attack Gabriel, obviously, because Gabriel's in the front.
So I am wielding that shield if
Yep.
it does anything to help. I
I
actually don't know if it does anything.
think it does, doesn't it?
I don't know.
Let me see for a second.
Zoe, if you give mommy her iPad, I can set up a movie for you, baby.
I didn't know whether it
So-
flipped over.
So right now, no. So right now it just has basic shield stats
Okay.
that you know of.
That's why I'm seeing whether
Yeah.
it actually anything happens to the Guardian.
Okay. So Guardian first attack misses. Second attack misses.
Just come on that way, baby, okay?
All 3 attacks miss.
Awesome. Does it actually have to damage me? Is the question.
So this thing's a skeleton,
It's a skeletal dragonborn. Yep.
so it will take half damage off my longsword.
Oh, yeah. No. Has to damage me for that spell. Okay. As a reaction.
So up next is Gabriel.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to cast Hex on it.
Okay, and remind me what Hex was?
Place a curse on a creature that you can see within range until the spell ends. You deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Also choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen ability.
Okay.
And I'm going to choose Dexterity
Oh.
as the ability check.
Probably.
So it has disadvantage on Dexterity ability checks.
Yeah, I remember that part. Okay.
Awesome. And it can't just remove it unless it uses it
All right.
the spell. And upon doing that, I'm gonna just attempt to hit it again.
All right, go for it.
I'm kind of stood in this illusion now at this point. I'm just,
Yeah.
this angelic
like
radiant
flickering
being
around her.
is stood in this illusion. So,
Angel orc.
Yeah. So try this again.
Oh, do you have an extra pair of headphones that Zoe can use?
Just put on this, just for her to listen. If you don't, I have, yeah, I own that.
You have a hole. All right. So,
That's a 26 to hit.
oh, that hits.
Okay, so we're having fun with this one now.
Jamie,
Um,
could you sign something just so I could put the movie on? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
You can use the computer.
Do you want to use the computer or do you want this?
So it's an 11 from just the sword
Okay.
as a
Thank you.
D8 plus 5, so it's 11 from that.
Okay, let me go ahead and check that off.
And then 3d6 for the Dragon Slayer sword itself, which is another 13.
So 13 more on top of
Yes,
that.
plus
Okay.
another 4 from my radiant damage that I
Right.
can add. And then it's a 1d6 for my hex,
Okay.
which is another
So you
4.
said so 8 total.
Yeah,
More damage.
yeah, 8 extra damage on top of that. So that was what, 11, 26, 34 damage.
So yeah, I was taking them off as you were saying them. I'm just trying to. The math does not want to work in my head right now. Speed.
He has the hit points of the creature. I just get to take that.
All right. So yeah, you do some serious damage to this guy. So that was Gabriel. Next on the list is going to be Luna.
Okay. I am gonna go.
Oh, and for ending my turn, it takes another 2 damage.
I can do that. I can do that math. Okay. I'm gonna put this dice. Right. You're not giving him a chance.
Oh, the one that I just hit rolled the 3 on, I then rolled in my team. So
Don't forget any of us who've got the sharps and just get the +1.
I can't sharpen my magical sword, right?
Right, unfortunately.
It already gets a +1 for being magical. So
I'm gonna do probably.
What's the +1 apply to again?
Damage.
Your damage.
So I'm gonna do Mel's acid arrow. A shimmering green arrow streaks towards the target within range of 90 feet, and it bursts in a spray of acid. I make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 4d4 acid damage immediately and 2d4 acid damage at the end of its next turn. On a miss, arrow splashes the target with acid for half as much the initial damage and no damage at the end of its next turn.
Okay.
So
you'll have to remind me of that.
Yep.
Go ahead and make your ranged spell attack.
Okay. Ooh. 16, 19.
19 just barely hits.
Okay.
ooh,
Thank God.
ooh.
So I need 4d4s, right? Yeah. 44 acid damage immediately. And then 2 the next time. Five, 6, 7.
7. Does it take the extra damage on its turn or your turn?
At the end of its next turn.
Okay, got it. Ooh, not looking so hot.
I knew that one was. If I got it, it was going to do something.
Okay, so next
Eating at it now.
is going to be Unk.
Okay. I'm going to attack.
Yep.
I have both the Warhammer and the battle axe and dual wielding. We also have dueling. We get +2 damage with 100 blades. So each one of us gets +2 from that as well.
Yep.
Then
So you're going to make 2 separate attacks.
no, because I've already got. I got that. So you
Yeah.
you with
I have
you can't
And that's also
Yep, that's going to miss.
and everyone else is possible.
Wait a minute. You do have an inspiration point you can spend to take an extra attack if you want. Just reminding you that it is there.
Can I use inspiration to make another attack on top of the first attack?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can also use it for you can use it for a lot of different things.
So for
You're basic.
can I actually use action surge to do one of these abilities though? Use one of my superiorities?
Yes,
Okay.
because you can take an additional action without spending that.
Okay, so let's do that. And
How many
then
actions can you have?
try for a sweeping attack.
Okay. No. I would put that one in dice jail. Yeah, but it wasn't rolling that. It was rolling 2s and 4s. All right. So that's a swing and a miss. Silvery. Right?
Silver.
I will get it. I promise. That's it. I will get it. When I was
Zil, and then think of it sounded like fire.
Zilvire.
Zilvire. Yeah.
Zilvire. Zilvire. Okay. I might get it.
Okay,
What would you like to do?
I'm going to use chromatic orb with acid.
Wonderful. Is that a range spell attack?
Yes, within 90 feet.
Yep. Oh yeah. You guys are in an enclosed room. You can definitely hit him.
Damage.
That's
Who knew? It just whizzes
Not
right
you.
by him. He kind of chuckles a little bit.
This guy's just kind of weird.
Yeah.
We're trying our best, sure. One of us is
Oh,
doing
now
something.
it's a
The rest
split
of us are
between
trying
Nala
our best.
and Neris.
Oh.
So Nala, you're up.
I'm just staying there like
You need some more dice out?
Anybody feeling a need for an NH1?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I just used the wrong one earlier. I used that instead of the pink one tonight. Pink's going well for me.
Pink is good. I've rolled that pink during the live shows.
It's been good for me.
Yeah.
Brown around.
I have
bad ones you having that you're just trying to get rid of.
Listen, I have plenty.
I figured I'd better pull it out.
And he's saying that
I should
for a
pull it out,
reason.
not whip it out.
Same difference.
Pulling out can be even worse than whipping it out, okay? Whipping it out,
it in,
throwing
keep
it,
it in.
show people.
And
Pulling
that's
it
what I
away.
just wanted to
I don't know what share with you.
Shit.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Where the hell were we? Oh, Noah.
Okay. So I
I would trust his dice. You can try mine if you like.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, this one was kind of good sometimes, and then it screwed.
I have like legit several you can use. These were okay. These ones didn't roll so well tonight, so I'm being no, this one didn't roll well. So don't touch that one or that one, but these ones were okay when I rolled them.
I'm
you wanna
going
try.
to,
You can grab whatever one to try.
as a second level, can I do both?
This one goes with my Zilfire aesthetic.
Okay,
This
I'm gonna
one's
use
like
both of my
white
spell
and, like,
slots.
sparkly.
I'm gonna bless as a second level spell on the 4 members of our party that are not angelic beings.
Okay.
So they get a d4 of either an attack or a saving throw.
Okay.
Oh, thank goodness. Maybe we'll get a 10.
So, and then my second, as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
As I'm guessing skeletal, so bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
So I have a similar hammer to his
Okay.
pack hammer.
You have the Thor hammer too.
Yes.
Everyone's wielding hammers.
Not everyone.
That hammer time.
And
Yes, I was just thinking the same thing.
floating spectral weapon that lasts until for the duration of cast.
That's also appropriate.
I make a melee spell. I hit this one hit. All right.
Oh gosh.
So yes, I use a hammer.
I look
Okay.
out a pair of parachute pants and pants to the
Oh.
Scheiße.
No,
It's at least not a 1, okay? It's not a 1 at least, so. Yeah, it's like
That's an 8.
No.
not even close. You need more than double that.
That's another swing and a miss.
Double plus a
Everybody is whiffing. Even the skeletal dragon, he's not hitting
But at
anything
least
either.
it's a
So
D4 damage next turn
Yep.
because
yes,
it's
he
still
does.
Fiery from my.
Neris, you pick up the slack. Can you nail this thing to the wall?
It's a 19 to get hit. Run in and take a stab at it. 13. 17.
No.
Use my,
Doesn't he get the bonus, or was that with?
He
did, he rolled.
bonus. Bonus.
I'll take my bonus action, take a second attack.
Okay.
Let's bless just the first attack turn.
Once per turn.
Are you sure?
Yep.
She's gonna double check.
19.
Yes.
You hit.
That's without your bonus.
Yeah.
8 damage, 8 slashing, so is that 4?
Yeah, because it takes half.
Oh. Well, they can
Four.
do it in every attack.
Oh, every attack,
Yeah,
so you can
every
add.
attack.
Go ahead. Well, he didn't
already
need to.
hits Anyway, so.
He already hit, so he didn't need it.
But every attack. Damn.
Okay.
Not damn.
At the top of the list is Guardian.
I
He's
know.
going to take
I was
his
thinking that as I did that, I was like, I need
D4
to
damage. He's going to take an extra 2
Here, I'll
damage.
do the bad one.
So, just out of curiosity,
Damn it.
who's in combat with this thing then?
Wow, this one I can
Other than me, and I'm still in the illusion.
Me, you, Grunk.
Look at it.
I almost said Grunk.
I think everyone is.
You're
Other than
shooting
them
a
two.
spell.
Yeah,
She
that's like-
shot a spell.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, how big is this creature?
8 feet tall.
Yeah, but is it a 5-foot square that he takes up?
He himself will take up a 5-foot
It's like
square.
5.5.
I'm really
he's been
sorry to
putting
all
on.
you lot.
Yeah, it's all right.
They're within my radiance. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask.
It's
do
a
they all
tiny
have
room.
damage?
God damn it.
that's at the end of my turn.
I'm taking one of it.
Not everyone.
No, you two don't because you're not in the room.
Yeah, I was doing my attack out of the room. I knew. I knew.
You know, you've been there. Been there, done
I'm
that, got the t-shirt.
No way.
Okay. So the Guardian took his fire damage. Does he take any damage?
No,
from your
not until
effect?
the end of my
Okay.
turn.
All right. So
And at the end of the round, in his
So wait,
next turn, he
I've
gets
taken
damage.
damage.
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
you're out of the room because you shot a chromatic orb.
So you're not actually in the room. So you're safe.
Neris, you were the last one to get
Oh,
up
so
in
you
his
can go
face. So he is going
Did you use
to
magic or did
attack
you-
I
you.
use magic.
Oh, so you're not in the room, so you won't take damage. either.
Okay.
It's just them two then.
All right.
I got an armor class of 20.
Does 23 hit your armor?
Just a little bit.
Just a little? Okay. So the first one is going to hit. Ooh.
I do have an emergency.
Yeah, that's a 10. Nope, only 3. 9. So 9 total for the first attack. So now
What's
he
your-
gets
what's your
to
number
use
at?
his claws.
18.
That's going to miss. And that's going to miss. So there you go.
You lost 9.
Yeah.
Should we wait to use this or should we use it now? I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. When you get lower, I'll hand.
I've got healing spells.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
I
I don't
wasn't
want
quite
to.
sure what was in your hand.
It was a potion. It was a healing potion.
So he takes a bite out of you. Nothing too bad though.
Nothing
You're
too
still
bad,
you're
just
still
almost
standing.
half your damage, you
Can you
know.
point in darkness?
Yeah.
Gabriel, you're next.
Did
Just
take
go-
Sacred Flame so I can see.
No, this is magical darkness.
I thought you
But
said last turn a light spell of level 2 or higher.
It's next. That was its turn, right?
Yep.
So it
Second
needs to
level
take
spell
a
or
D4.
lower, the lightest the
Yeah.
spell.
Hold
For
on.
the
I
acid,
thought
right?
second
Yeah.
two goods.
Oh,
No.
Is it 1d4 or
No, I
2?
cannot see.
hold on. You're right. It's 2d4.
So
Thank
that is
you.
1
I
plus 1.
kept it open to double check because I
So
know
that's
myself.
2. So yeah. Got it. All right. Gabriel.
How much damage did you just take?
9.
Is that it? Hang on, how much are you actually left at, though?
18.
After the damage,
You
you're
don't
left
have very
18.
high hit points.
27.
Ooh. So as a bonus action,
I mean, I'm a cleric.
I mean, I'm
I'll
32.
probably double check that one. Whether it is actually ranged or whether I have to touch.
You're a healer, not a fighter.
Just happened to be a cleric of 4. kind of was hoping the 20 AC was just going to be high enough to not take damage.
Oh no! Like as a bonus action, I can kill one creature I can see within 60 feet.
Okay.
And it's a bonus action.
So it's going to be him and
Huh?
You go, then I go. Okay. Right?
Yeah. And so
Just
I'm
trying
just
to think
gonna
ahead, that's all.
look at you and be like, heal. You can have 4 hit points back. Okay.
Was that a healing word?
No, that's just my healing light because I'm a celestial warlock. Huh? But yeah, so I'm debating on whether I want to just blind everyone.
Don't do that.
It's up to you.
Don't. We're doing really well. Don't, because I'm coming up and I'd like to do some damage to this thing. Don't blind people. Don't, please.
Right in the blind.
How's this creature doing? Is it bloody yet?
Okay, I'm just gonna.
Uh,
I don't
Yeah.
think it has
Okay.
Through
Okay.
the illusion.
well, yeah, it's
It's
just a
leaking
term.
marrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Part of the illusion again. We're gonna try and hit it.
Sorry.
You okay, Zoe?
Just go potty.
Okay, go potty.
Yep, right around there and around the corner. This way. Sorry.
That's
Now go down
a
the hallway and you'll see the door straight ahead.
24.
The other way. That way, straight ahead, you'll see the door.
24.
That hits.
Okay, here we go again. So that's 9 from that one.
Okay.
Ugh. 5 from that one.
Ugh.
Yep.
Another 2,
Okay.
and then 6 as I end my turn.
Okay. So. Ooh. Hey, he's not looking so hot.
Okay.
Oh, hang on.
2
I have that
damage.
inspiration. I can attack again, right?
Yes, you may,
Okay.
if you'd like.
That inspiration. I'm going to use that inspiration.
Okay.
Because why not? It's a boss fight. Let's hit it.
Yeah.
Or at least try to. So that's a 22.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we get all of this again.
All right.
so much math.
I know, right?
Oh, 6.
Yep.
Because that was a 1.
Even enough for me to kill.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another 12,
12. Wow.
and then another 4 after that as well.
Okay, so let's just do 16.
Yep.
9, 3. Take that down. Wow.
So that's
Wow.
all the damage done as my turn ends.
Yep. All right, Luna.
Now we take the 2 damage.
Oh, right, yeah. So you take 2, you take 2. Neither of you have resistance to the radiant damage.
So I'm going to use my magic missile. Now I have
Sorry.
it as a level 1 slot, but I
had a
can do
feeling
it as
that's
a
what
level
happened when I ran
2.
in there.
Right.
So-
it does more damage.
Basically,
Correct,
you're
it'll do
standing
more
in my
damage,
blood.
so I'm
If
So
I
you
spread
can spend a level
right,
2
right,
slot.
I'm going to spend a level 2 slot to do it.
another 10.
So what that
So
does
20
is I'm
If
critting,
you
instead of
block
3 glowing
my
darts,
radiant
it's going to be
damage,
4
in a sense,
glowing
you're
darts
being
Okay.
that are going to deal
You're feeling the power of
1d4 plus 1 for each one.
Okay, so you got to roll, or they automatically hit, so you just got to roll
Yep, that's
damage.
what I'm doing right now.
Magic missile to the rescue.
So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
Woo! Wow.
That's why I like my magic missile. It's guaranteed hit. And they add up. How's it feeling now?
it's really bad now.
Kill it, though, damn it.
So up next
If you'd have
would
taken the
be
killing shot with that much damage after I just smacked it for like
Well, I know it was
Zillfire.
you, but I'm saying
Zillfire.
I'm hit this and
Aha.
I've hit
That's
it
right.
times. I know it's not your damage, but
going to cast Fireball.
I'm coming
Okay.
right after you and
I
I'm
believe
hitting
that's
it
a
right
ranged
after.
spell attack, right?
Yes,
It's not getting a
Go
chance
ahead.
to breathe.
120 feet.
Oh yeah.
16.
Only 16?
Yeah,
Uh,
there shouldn't be anything added, but yeah, just
Uh,
what are you hitting with?
I'm hitting with Fireball.
What is your spellcasting ability?
Spellcasting ability?
It's intelligence.
Oh.
So add your intelligence modifier.
So 18.
18 does not hit.
That's the
It's 19.
proficiency.
You were
It
almost
comes
there.
very close.
That's the proficiency.
I am.
Oh yeah, she is proficient, so that would be plus 2.
Wait.
So 18,
That
19,
puts it
20.
at 20.
Oh.
So it would be 20.
That hits.
You're proficient in it. So
Your
I'm
spellcasting
Oh, you get to add
proficient in what?
proficiency bonus to spell.
spellcasting modifier.
Yes.
So when
So
you make
yes.
a spell attack,
because
you
of
add
it, that brings you up
proficiency
to a
and
20.
your
So you actually do
and
hit it.
spellcasting.
So you hit.
ability.
Yay.
So you can roll damage.
Okay, so that is 1d10.
Numbers, man.
That is,
Yeah, so whatever your spellcasting modifier
that is 5.
you add 2 big.
5 damage?
Okay.
Woo! This thing has taken a beating and hasn't even done much damage to any of y'all. I think you're the only one that's hit.
That damage is a lot to me. It's like a third of my health.
I'll give you some back.
Well, he's saying they didn't do any damage. It took 1/3 of my entire life just.
Oh yeah.
Crash.
So she would have been all set anyways because of the blast.
Yeah.
But I didn't end up using mine yet because I didn't need
We
to.
need someone
I
just to
didn't
sit on the
actually
outside to keep track of all the extra bonuses and stuff.
That's why I have everything just set out there.
Unk, come on.
All right.
Come on. Deal the final blow this time. Come on. Unk.
You've been blessed.
Yes!
Trevor,
There.
And you've
Oh,
been
yeah.
blessed.
hit.
He's just hitting.
So that's with the hammer. It's D8 plus 5 damage, plus 2 damage, plus 1 damage.
Now I can stop you there. How would you like to kill this thing? How would you like it to die?
Be very
Hit it in the
descriptive.
groin.
I'd like an over-the-top hammer, smashing all the way down through his whole entire spine, and at the end, his skull drops to the top and shot.
There we go. This thing, as he described, is gone, no more living. A radiant light flows out of it and hits your shield. And the shield absorbs this light, and then it dissipates. So, I think this is a good point to stop.
Yeah.
For the night, since you guys took out the big bad on level 2.
Is this going to be a long rest?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, you've cleared out level 2. I mean,
Okay.
We might as well do a long rest at this point.
Yeah.
Let everyone heal back up,
Back
and
up to our level
I can
1.
finish your thing on this
Is
rest.
there anything to
I
loot
can
in this
finish the
map?
range.
okay.
Loot.
Yeah.
I guess I
'cause
didn't need
Can we scroll
What's in the
up to
treasure
level
chest?
1 where
Josh.
exactly.
Might as well hand that back to you. Yeah, we should
Kill
go
me
back
with my
to our.
cards.
We might as well go up to the first floor and sleep in our protected room that
Okay.
we created.
Well, Neris and Ump are
Hi.
looting.
And they're getting ready to leave. I'm like, where's the
Well,
treasure?
yes,
Oh, yeah, I'm
yeah.
not leaving. I'll
Hold
loot
on,
the chest.
hold on. We need to loot this room. I want that magic chest that I was dying to open.
Oh, I don't think so.
He's on it first.
Oh, no. I was on it in the very beginning, and I wasn't allowed to
You
touch
guys
it.
were just
No.
talking about leaving, and we just
Yeah.
walked
No,
over
I
to
was
get
just,
treasure.
I was gonna.
Listen, we should
Body.
roll
Did
for it.
I hear
I
any of
think
them
we should
talk
roll.
about how they didn't want her to be near the first chest?
Yes,
Yeah,
the chest.
sure.
No one wanted me
Yeah,
to touch
no,
it.
you didn't know we'd.
No, no.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know.
I think
No,
we should
yeah,
roll.
because that was from before. Yeah.
I think we should roll.
So
Yeah,
in
roll
all of this,
I
I'm
think we
gonna
should
swallow
roll.
all of my energy
I'm
back and
going
put
to
my
back
life
very
back.
far away.
Son of a
As they're
bitch.
getting competitive.
I finally
11.
rolled decently.
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna
want to
swallow
talk
my
about it.
energy
I
back.
was
While
rolling great
they're
till now.
fighting over this chest, I'm gonna attempt to swallow my energy back and put my mask back on,
Okay.
so that I'm not burning everyone around me.
Right. Don't want to do that. I mean, you can absolutely. Okay.
Everyone's
so,
dead. He gets the chest.
there you go.
I'd also become a fallen Asimir at this point.
Yeah, it was
They're killing
accidental.
everyone.
It was accidental. I love it.
He's putting it on. I'm running into the room. I haven't done anything yet, so I'm still safe. I'm behind him still. We were rolling to see who gets it. Doesn't mean I clearly. What did you roll for the chest? Everyone else rolled but you.
What bonuses are we getting? Nothing?
Nothing. It's just what you rolled.
Oh, I
Oh,
rolled 17.
Oh,
That's
now
a
you guys
cool.
both need to roll and see who gets first.
Ladies.
So the chest
Just
right
roll.
is
Have fun.
locked. Who wants to try to pick the lock?
Can
Uh,
anyone?
Oh, I want to pick the lock with Grease.
Should I think of first?
So, well, you get to the chest first because you automatically called it. So,
Well, I can't pick a lock, so I'll just go do something else.
okay.
I'm
You're
Greasy get
next
to
in
pick
line.
it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you rolled
Do you want to try to pick the lock, or do you want someone else to?
He checks it. He goes, it's locked.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the skills to pick it.
Can I check the tomb for a key
Mhm.
while they're all chasing the chest?
I'm just looking at the chest right now.
Okay.
I haven't made a decision whether or not.
Okay, so you're just looking. So you see him go to it. It's locked.
So, since I can make stuff out of metal, do I have any ability to look at the lock and see if I can pick it?
Yeah.
Bust the lock.
Yeah, you broke a whole load of stuff last
Yeah, I
time.
broke some stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like that.
Okay. So you don't think that you have anything that would be able to pick the lock at this moment?
Okay.
Then it would be.
I can ask her to pick the lock.
I mean, I can tinker anyway, so I try to.
You have thieves' tools anyway, so
Yeah,
you
so
have
I'm
an
gonna pick the
advantage.
lock.
Okay, can you go ahead and roll and add? You're gonna roll advantage, so roll 2d20s and add. Take the highest one.
18.
All right, so you pick it. And inside, you find a pickle covered in grease.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Is there other things I can hand off to people in
That's
here?
the only thing that's
Oh,
in
okay.
there.
So in it, it's a crystal key, and it's a key made from crystal.
I'm so glad nobody broke it.
In all fairness,
you guys,
if she-
this is
if
gonna
she
be
hadn't
something
put it,
else.
I was going to take the hinges off it.
See? Yeah, there's other ways
I was just going to jimmy the hinges
than
off.
smashing it to pieces.
Yeah, is there anything in the tomb that's left? As they all went right at the chest, I'm searching the tomb because I want to see if there's any trace of anything in the tomb.
So
with
I
the
lose those
guardian.
temporary hit points.
Nothing that you would take that would be any use or helpful.
So there's nothing with
Just
him
for-
as.
It was
Right.
for that
as
scroll.
a
Yeah, it was.
costume
Yeah.
as a
So,
guardian.
well, no,
There
but this
nothing
was
with him.
for
Right.
Yeah.
that
His
scroll, and
weapons
it was
that
only
he
1
had
hour,
to
so
use
I'm gonna
without
lose it.
They
Which I
kind
could
of
have saved. I
deteriorate
didn't know.
This
as
is
the
what-
magic
yeah.
left.
Just in case I did get hit, I wanted to make sure.
Can I examine my shield? Now that
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
this-
gonna ask him. It's not radiating magic.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
can
So I'm gonna message you about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna steal this pair of wings also.
Sure. You got 2 pairs of skeletal wings.
Am I watching you take these skeletons?
Sure. I'm not trying to hide.
Yeah, yeah.
I unroll
Is there
my
ar-
purple
was there-
cloak and
was
just
there
put them in there.
armor
Roll them back.
This guardian as well.
Or are you giving us back? Are you?
Do you want me to hold them, babe?
Huh?
Do you got them? Do you
I
want
got
me to hold them? Okay. I'm gonna keep holding mine if
Yeah,
that's okay.
absolutely.
Was there armor on this guardian
But I
as
told my
well?
five.
There was, but as the magic that left it, it kind of deteriorated.
Okay.
These wings
Does
are
he
gonna be
find anything
decorations
else in
on
the
the
room?
No. Nothing else left in the room, guys. Ugh. Thank you guys so much for joining us. If you'd like to come down and play D&D with us, it's $5. We are at Vermont Gaming Academy in the University Mall here in Burlington.
I would go
We are
with
right
you.
across from the Applebee's, and it's a fantastic time. If you're a member of Vermont Gaming
I love
Academy,
all
it
of
is
ours are
free
a
to
little
play,
different
plus you get
than
all the
mine.
access
Theirs
to
is like
the
made to- mine's
virtual
like
reality, the retro
Yours is big,
gaming,
but ours is still
and they
like
have
different,
all
tad
kinds of
different
wonderful
between the
programs
two.
here. There's
Right.
Pokemon trading card game camp, and they have other various activities. Check out their Facebook page. I'll leave a link in the description below, which I will post as soon as I get home.
Great, thank you.
So everyone have a good night, and thank you to all my players.
Woo!
And we'll see you in 2 weeks because we are going on vacation.
Sorry, Jamie.
That's all right.
This is my first